Hello, it's Atrium Cosmoem or AV Cosmoem or whatever people call me now. There has been a recent uptick in interest of Gen 3, probably because people realize it's the best gen, and people keep being like, when's Team Review Part 2? When's Gen 3 Team Review? I keep sitting on the video. So I decided to just make it. A lot of these teams are old, by the way. You can tell by looking. A lot of these freak teams were made in 2020 because no ability got implemented in 2020, like March. And I was scrambling to figure out this meta because I wasn't even trying to like lose at a meta I said I was the best at. And it produced a lot of really weird experiments where I just did whatever. You'll see in a moment. Some of these teams, though, a bunch of these teams, like half of them, I would say, are like this year or maybe late 2024. Those are accurate, kind of. By the way, get ready for cross chop. If there's cross chop, I'm ignoring it. The first team I have is aptly labeled Kyogre HO. Okay, what happened to the EVs? There's no EV lock on this gen. What happened? I mean, it's a normal Ninjask, but hello? Oh yeah, this is 252 HP. There's some debate about 252 versus 248 in the server, which I think is stupid because it's like it's such a PH player thing. Like, oh my god, odd HP is better. No, even HP is better. Like, can we be serious? When does it matter? But anyway, this team, honestly, the six on this team are really broken. Like, this six is a sample, so I'm kind of wondering how these sets are fucked up. But we don't have an EVs on this Ninjask. Here we have, oh brother, I'm already mad. I hate Shadow Ball Spore slacking. Let me say this. I hate this mon. Shadow Ball Spore slacking is jail. It's so prison. You technically hit everything, right? This is what the liars tell you. This is what the fools tell you. You hit everything. Except you don't hit steals. You don't hit other slacking. So what's the point? Seriously. No superpower means that you suck pre belly drum and means that you can't disable other slacking and means that you'll lose to Scarman Metagross 1v1, which is sad. And it's like, is this the life you want? Is this truly the life you want? If you're running Extreme Speed Superpower Spore, then you can just Spore the Gengar when they come in if you're faster, and if you're not faster, then, well, Shadow Ball doesn't fucking win if you're not faster, so what's the point? This set just sucks. Also, you lose to Tyranitar, which is dumb. Tyranitar already, like, tells all the slackings to go fuck themselves. You don't want to lose to him. I'm betting that this is also... Oh no, this is 3 attacks. Like I said, ignore Cross Chop. This one's adamant. I'm sure there's a reason. Cross Chop is, I'm not gonna lie. I used this move because I didn't realize Superpower was in the game. I don't even need to hide it. I didn't even realize Superpower was in the game for a long time. And so I used Cross Chop. Also, though, when I did find out it was in the game, I was like, well, it lowers your attack, so it means you can't sweep anymore. Which is like, yeah, if you use Superpower, your sweep's over. But the pre-Belly Drum utility is way too good. And also, Cross Chop fucking sucks. It has, look. It, oh yeah, it's not like the Gen 7 team builder. Okay, it has 80% accuracy. Like, you're just gonna have to believe me on this one. It has 80%, and if you missed it, you would lose. It sucked so bad. I lost so many games on missed cross chop. Oh no, this is some Dramlam activity. When it was fooling the nation into thinking this was good. I'm not gonna lie, if you run Dragon Dance, you should just recover. Like, cause recover's broken on slacking. This is the thing. It's like you need to run 3 other. You need like this 6 kind of thing to run recover slacking. Recover slacking would have been good here, but it's fucking Shadow Ball Brick, which doesn't kill anything. This basically it beats Scarm, which is like because Superpower wasn't being used. It was like, yeah, Scarm lives a cross chop and he whirlwinds you broken or he counters. But the thing is, you just kill him now. So it's not really the same. You don't need Dragon Dance Taunt. You can just recover. You can go Dragon Dance recover. But I also think Dragon Dance sucks because you don't kill anything important. You probably have to superpower other slacking, which means where's your sweep? Like, it's just jail. It's prison. All around, it's prison. I think this set sucks. The Gengar is going to be like... Oh, I know the Gengar is going to be. It's going to be Spore Subpass. Oh, no, it's this set. I called it because Spore Subpass Gengar used to be like the thing where it was like Spore Encore Sub Baton Pass. That set is so bad. That set is so bad. I've never seen it do anything. You need them to sleep for like 4 turns and stay in, which is like, okay. Belly Drum doesn't kill shit, by the way. Belly Drum Cross Chop Mono is a choice. But even with Shadow Ball, you just don't kill shit. Like, I think even Kyogre lives one. It's really stupid. It's really, really stupid. I really don't like that set. I think you need a boosting item like Black Belt or some shit to get kills. I think it's just terrible. It's just so bad. It's literally so bad. If they have fast ban, what is your life even? Like, you're not sweeping. Ever. And you're throwing your Gengar HP away. Like, you could just go Water Spout. But this was before Water Spout was a known thing. So it was Subpass, and it was this. And this is a set that is washed. Okay, this set's washed as fuck. It's also... Wait, what was the EVs on this? And this? Okay, they're both plus speed. They're normal. Modest Kyogre is actually such a psyop. That's not a serious Pokemon. Modest Kyogre is like a Blissey counter team, but only if you have Tail Glow, not if you're this set. So it's just vibes. You need Timid. If you want to be a Kyogre that actually beats a fence, you need to be Timid. So Modest makes you slower than non-Jolly Slacking, which means they Spore you. I'm sure this Kyogre doesn't give a damn, right? But the thing is, because back then, the Lotties were seen as like bad Pokemon because they couldn't hold Alum, and so you'd get Spored. And so it's like, well, why bring them? So the go-to switch-in was like Rayquaza, or some weird Waters, or whatever. Who was the other one? It's not Poliwrath, but you're going to see Poliwrath because I thought it was Poliwrath. It's like some people. It's some people. Celebi was one of them. Ugh. That mon is so bad. But it didn't even do its job, but it's whatever. This set's a fraud, though, because you don't do enough damage to Lotties. You fold to Lotties. There's Kyogre sets who beat Lotties, which are broken. Specifically, Tail Glow Ice Beam beats that mon if you spore it. Even if they're Sleep Talk, you can win. So, like, why run this? Why run this? And Sleep Talk Aromatherapy as they Belly Drum is my favorite, honestly. Sleep Talk Aromatherapy, I think, is, like, good on... Maybe on, like, Skarm or something, but not this. Yeah, this team is way too old. If these were good sets, it's like a sample already. Here's a team I called Lead Arrow, because that was actually a significant part of a team back then, was having a lead that wasn't Jask. Because it's like, the Jask meta was very like... This was, I guess, back when I thought Jask was number one, and because I was the only serious player of this gen, whatever I thought was then consensus, because other people, what were they going to do? Fight me on it? So Jask was number one. And so Arrow kind of... Oh yeah, and this is Jolly... it's Jolly Taunt Arrow, so it's not a Pokemon. But this was like when all the leads were like really trying to counter Jask even harder than usual. The leads still have to counter Jask, by the way. You cannot have a lead that lets Jask like instant win. Like no Lottie leads, no passive bullshit, none of that. So Arrow was kind of hailed as a Pokemon, because that could stab Rock Blast. But the thing is, the Rock Blast can still... If Ninjask hits a sub, and Arrow gets 2 hit, they don't die. I think the only Pokemon who can lead kill with Rock Blast 2 hit on a sub is Tyranitar with Adamant. And, I mean, Tyranitar is a good lead. I'm not sure if it's for that. But, like, he's a decent lead. Tyranitar is a decent lead. I don't know, because nowadays there's a lot more lead slack, and Tyranitar versus lead slack is really ass. So I probably wouldn't run him that much. Like, I have the balance sample you'll see later that's like lead arrow back tar. That's usually what I run. Anyway, yeah, it's Jolly Taunt. So it's not a real Pokemon. Don't run Jolly, don't run Taunt. This is Aggron with no Jask, so this isn't all Pokemon either. So Aggron was a thing back when Shadow Ball Sport was like the set, because it was like, why do you need fighting coverage when you Oko Slack at +6 anyway? So it was Extreme Speed Shadow Ball Sport, and it lost to Aggron because it's actually such a bad set. You lose to Aggron, bro. You also don't lose to Aggron because Cross Chop didn't even kill it at +2. So maybe if it was Superpower, it probably would, but like, Aggron's so bad. Because they're all Superpower now, so it's not going to beat any of them. With no Jask support, you're never killing anything. Also, the set doesn't have recovery. I don't know why. I was big on no recovery Aggron because you just lived shit anyway. This isn't like a Groudon situation though, because I say like no recovery Groudon or like rest maybe, because it's that mon is either at 100 or it's at 10 or it's dead. But Aggron wasn't like that. Aggron actually like took some hits. Oh yeah, this is also Lum Aggron. A lot of the future ones were lefties for the healing, which I don't love because like they're gonna belly drum on your Swords Dance. It's like cool, but it's whatever because Cross Chop doesn't even disable at +0 because Aggron's a bad Pokemon. It's a bad Pokemon. Sturdy's not even an ability yet. Look, it doesn't even let you live. If it let you live, I would consider. Here's the Gengar. This is the Gengar. Oh, brother. It's also leftovers, because you really thought Spore was never hitting this mon, so... Which, to be fair, it wasn't, because it's Encore sub. This set is really bad. But Gengar legitimately cannot break shit without weather. And this was before... The Water Spout Eruption shit was discovered in PHPL. And... Before then, it was like this, because Gengar... Because it's like, who the fuck would run Eruption and Water Spout? Especially on, like, Sand. Because Gengar was on stall, like, all of the stalls. And Sand was also in all of the stalls. It's like, you can't run Eruption and shit there. Which, yeah, you can. I have a stall from now, and it's Sand with Gengar, and there's no Eruption or Water Spout on that Gengar. But, that's different. This Gengar, it's like... trying to be this pseudo Jask where it's like you don't have Jask but you subpass anyway, and it's like trying to justify Aggron on this team, but you can't justify Aggron on this team. There's no speed boost. Like maybe if it was agility, but agility is really stupid, so maybe not. This was Copedon. This is Copedon. Yeah, it's a chop, literally, because it has cross chop. Dragon Dance Groudon's not a serious Pokemon. Again, this was before Lottie's. Lottie's literally destroy this set now, especially Sun Lottie, which is like, I'd say the most common one is Sun Lottie. So, it's really not a Pokemon. But like I said, they weren't used because of Spore Fear, which is honestly valid, because when they get spored, they start losing to a lot more shit. But there was no Lotties back then, so the ground resist was Rayquaza, so you just rock blasted him, and so this set actually kind of did something. But ground stab is really ass. Ground stab is so ass because like back then there were steals you wanted to kill, like you wanted to kill Metagross with this and Aggron. Actually, Metagross wasn't even a thing back then. The steals were legitimately Skarm and Aggron, so you really were trying to kill Aggron with this Pokemon. This is like an Aggron counter. Back then, this wasn't, and it's also adamant because the Impish Calcs weren't discovered yet, so he was really running whatever he wanted, like adamant. I don't know what this was not for a roll. This is probably for vibes. This set is trash. I guess even back then, it was really whatever. Here's another Shadow Ball Spore slacking. Like I said, this was like the big thing back then, and this is this is banned. So, I used Ban Trick a lot. This is why I tell people not to use Ban Trick, because I've used Ban Trick, I don't think I've ever clicked it once. Like, I'm not kidding you, maybe one time, because it's like, you can do it on Skarm or whatever, and then you can boom on something else. And that's like a guess what you can do. Against Skarm teams, which Skarm is like a fucking C rank. Skarm's literally a low tier. I just don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'd call him a low tier. I don't know. But he's not up there. He's not like top 10 like he used to be. You don't need Sprick for him. Superpower is way better. Because you actually hit stuff with it. But yeah, besides Stupid Trick, this is a normal set. Also, this team doesn't have a Kyogre answer, like, at all. Honestly, even back then, this really sucked. Like, cause why is your Kyogre answer fucking Explosion? Anyway, let's stop looking at this. Next up, we have Shit and Jask. Oh, not this. Okay, this is the lead. Whatever. Who cares? Look at this. This is a very bad mistake. This came from. Okay, this was an idea I had because I didn't know how camouflage worked. The thing is, okay, yeah, he doesn't get the move. But in Gen 3, it just turns into, like, some... I think it turns into the first move in your slot, whatever the fuck. I don't know how camouflage works in Gen 3, actually, but I assumed that it would turn him into a dragon because he has Dragon Dance, and nobody really had dragon coverage because it's, like, nobody was running Ice Beam because... I don't know. I think they actually were running Ice Beam, but it was maybe just Kyogre who was running Ice Beam for Rayquaza, and nobody else was doing it. And nobody was running Dragon coverage except for Tail Glow Rayquaza. And so you could just dodge those two, and then on everyone else you could Dragon Dance up. And then you could pass it to Slacking and beat their ass. Okay, this was Fighting Spore. And they're both Jolly, which is, like, cool. That was the plan. This is terrible because, you know, if they ever have sand, or if they ever have spikes, or if they ever taunt, or if they ever hit a spore, or if they ever have whirlwind, or literally anything, or, you know, if they have Ice Beam Kyogre, or if they have Dragon Claw Rayquaza, what are you doing? You're dying. So it's a bad mon. It's just a bad Pokemon. It beat nothing. Also, Rock Blast was everywhere, so you can't pass a sub to this. It was literally on everything. Rock Blast was on everything, because Jask Fear was serious. It was like the Red Scare. Anyway, I already showed these. I really don't care about talking about Slacking sets that are like Belly Drum, because they're fucking... We know what they do. They're just the same back then, but they were cross-chop. This was the Skarm back then. They ran Rapid Spin. Despite the fact that, that Spikes was way less common, because disabling wasn't really a tactic. It was more just like hit shit and see what happens. So Rapid Spin was a thing, because, you know, you didn't want your Slackings to take spike damage. You wanted them to belly drum. And now I think Rapid Spin is tough to fit, but you could fit it for, like, anti-balance, I guess. I do think it's hard to fit. I don't know, like, what you're fitting it on, the average offense that would want it. Like, 3 Slacks defense. Your Slacks are not running Rapid Spin. And then your last two... Your lead, I mean, it's not going to run Rapid Spin. Your lead's going to look Spikes or Jask. And then your back two is usually a Weather Core. I don't see Kyogre Rapid Spinning. I don't see Groudon doing it. I don't see the Lotties doing it. Because then they have to run, like, some support shit. Sun Lottie can't afford it. Spalkar cannot afford it. So, like, yeah. It's really not happening. It's to be specific. I mean, Skarm Offense is real. Skarm Offense is literally a sample and is really good. But not Rapid Spin. I think the standard set is just this with Spikes over Rapid Spin. Because Spikes are way more important than Rapid Spin is. And yeah, this is the set. It's just literally the same. But except it had a different purpose. Because it lived a Cross Chop. It doesn't live Superpower. But it lives boosted Cross Chop. So the idea is that you'd put this on your team, and then, because it was immune to sand, immune to spikes, you were safe against the back Slacks, except they could literally, if the Lum got taken, they could still beat you sometimes, which was really, really sad. Now that Skarm's kind of had a resurgence, I think cross-chop Slacking's done for good. I think people who are coping and saying that Superpower ends your sweep are, like, done. Because Skarm's coming back, and they're actually going to lose the Skarm offense, because their Skarms will live a hit, and get shuffled out. The Groudon is this cope set. Where are the EVs? Oh my god, did I seriously auto-EV this? Oh, this is actually prison. Yeah, okay. This team's a flop. It was just an experiment. I really have never used this. I don't think I've ever brought this team out once. Because, like, duh. Also, the Kyogre counter is Shedinja. I really didn't give a damn about Kyogre on these teams. Next, I had Dual Ogre. I've made Dual Ogre after this. It's never worked. I've never made it work that well because it just overlaps a lot. Like, you don't have that much utility if you're running Dual Ogre. They just kill shit. It's a Jask lead. Because look at the back. Here's Kyogre 1. Oh, well, that was Slacking 1. This is Kyogre 1. The fact that I'm running Jask lead and this is a fucking Surf Talk, it's so prison. Like, for who? For who? I think my idea was to run Surf Talk and Tail Glow. I'm assuming the other one's Tail Glow, but it might not be. But yeah, it's Surf Talk. I don't like the set. I explain why. Oh, I didn't want to highlight all that. And Shadow Ball Spore, Chop. Thinking that this is, like, good enough to help. They're also... Oh, yeah, that's Adamant again. I just ran Adamant every time I was 3 attacks, like, not caring at all. I don't know why. Adamant when you're cross-chop, I don't know if that does anything, but whatever. Oh, yeah, this is Tail Glow. Oh, this is Tail Glow sub? Huh. Honestly, this mon is too slow for sub, but... I don't know, maybe it beats, like, Blissey? Toxic Blissey? I don't think sub is good in this meta. It was maybe okay before against, I don't know, Aggron, because you, like, force... Whoever you force switches on, you can, like, sub up. I can see the vision. I can see this vision. I can see this vision. Spore's probably better, though. But yeah, this is just a Kyogre. Sub is a little bit of a cook. But it's a niche option for sure. Oh, and this is Counter Scarm. Yeah, Whirlwind, Recover, Sleep Talks, the 3. And then the 4th, now is Spikes, but before was, like, some other shit. Like, it was Counter or Rapid Spin. If you have Whirlwind and Counter, it increased your odds that whatever you rolled on Sleep Talk would beat their Slacking if they cross-dropped into you when you were asleep. And that was it. And I guess you could counter against Ban Slack, but really people weren't using Scarm for Ban Slack. They were using it to beat boosted Slack because they were bad. Of course, they is me. This team is better than the past ones. I don't think Jasklead should be here, considering that, you know, why do we lose to Quagsire? I'm just kind of wondering why we lose to Quagsire here. Or Celebi. We lose to Celebi. But, you know, that's for another day. I guess Jask helps with that. But, I don't know. I guess it's because this is Surf Talk. I really hate running Jasklead on a team of Surf Talk Kyogre and counter Scarm. Like, what's the point? Or any Scarm. Because none of them are sweeping. What's the point? But this is better than the others. Here we have Rain, Hyper Offense. I can already tell it's jail. This used to be a sample, by the way, I remember. Because the Mewtwo... I know the Mewtwo's prison. It's like mixed or something. The Mewtwo's total prison. A Jasklead again. I just slapped on everything. Another stupid Surf Talk Ogre, and I paired with Kabutops. So this is a terrible Pokemon. I didn't even run a fighting move on it. Because I was straight up like, yeah. When you fight Slacking, you're going to boom on them. And it's really stupid. Because, like, Amistar is straight up better, because it takes the Extreme Speed better, and Mystic Water Surf just kills Slacking, instead of, like, boom. I don't even think Superpower kills it. So, like, yeah, this Pokemon sucks. But this used to be on VR for being, like, worse Amistar. And I don't know why it was this Pokemon instead of Amistar who was being used. I really could not tell you. I really couldn't tell you. But it was Kabutops being used. I think it's because it could use Rock Stab for Rock Blast, because Rock Blast was such a big deal back then. Because it was seriously like, kill Jask, or it's over. And I'm guessing that this was like a Pokemon that Jask had to pass on. But also, they could just Tect and then leave, so it didn't even work. Just like every other Rock Blast Pokemon. Here we have Mixed 2. I knew it was mixed. I literally knew it was mixed. Oh my god, this is jail. Literally, why? Okay, see, Lottie's owned this, but this was pre-Lottie's. So this hit everything, I guess, because the steals were... there was Scarm who got Thundered, and it was Aggron who got Earthquaked. And then I guess it was the belief that Psychic would kill everything else, but Slacking... I know Slacking takes 30 from that, and then Belly Drums, and the game's over. But, the game's not that over when you have a Kabutops, right? A Kabutops is to boom. It's just really bad. Taunt for who? Taunt for who? Because it's not a Lugia situation. If Slacking hits you with a Shadow Ball, you will die. You will straight up die. So, I'm not seeing it. Next. Just don't look at that. Here's another. I made them all adamant when they were 3 attacks. It's really fucked. Boring. This one's also adamant. So, wait, what's the Slacking counterplay? It's just this? It's literally just this post setup. It's only this mon who has to boom. So, Offense destroys this team. This was a sample. Reminding you that this was a sample. And they're both adamant. Literally, it's person. Don't look at the team. And it was modest surf talk. Oh my god. I think we gotta kill everyone who made this. Of course, everyone is me. Next, we have a team called Aggron, even though I had Aggron earlier. So I don't know why I called it Aggron, but here we are. Oh my god, please tell me it's not mixed too. It's probably like something else, though. Jax lead, who cares? This set, nobody cares. This set, nobody cares. Okay, I guess this is... Oh wait, what's the natures on them? Let me not skip. Oh, see, it was the usual. It was usual bad stuff. So this set, it's just the same one, but lefty. So, like, it was better, because Lum's talk is dumb. I'm not kidding, though. Boosted, this would still not kill anything. Like, it was really, really sad. But it would work, because people would run Shadow Ball Sport, and nobody runs that anymore, because it's dumb. And if they run that, they're going to lose to Aggron. Well, no, they won't, because nobody runs this. But, back then they would have lost Aggron. This is Tailglow. Okay, finally we have a... Okay, I'm gonna pause. I was about to call this a good set, but it's Modest and Leftovers Tailglow, so I don't think so. I don't think so. No. I don't like Leftovers Kyogre. I really don't like Leftovers Kyogre. Because if you're Surf Talk, sure, but that's bad. The thing about Leftovers Kyogre is that everyone wants to spore you, including Slacking. You cannot have them spore you and then hit like a belly drum when you tail glow or when you thunder. Like, it's literally never happening. And it's Modest. So the adamant ones will actually outspeed you, which is extremely prison. Like, cause then they can belly drum before you move, which is so bad. It's literally so bad. Like, you don't want this, and you don't want to get spored before you move either. Like, if this were timid, it would be okay. Even with Jask support, it's just not enough. Also, Jask does make Aggron, like, a little better, because he can at least... You can sub-pass him, and he can tank. One of the things with this, too, is that Jask can, got Rock Blast thrown in it, and this tanked the Rock Blast. And then Ninjask would tank the Cross Chops thrown at Aggron. But it's like, you can't pass from Aggron to Jask, so I don't know what that was about. I think it was just like, you would actually just go hard Jask on the cross chop. Usually from a Slacking, of course, so then you get extreme speeded, but it was worth the effort. And what's the Mewtwo? Oh, it's just the other step of sub. Okay, and love how we're minus special defense, because Aggron's going to live if it's minus attack Earthquake. It probably already lives. I don't know why this isn't like a water move. That would clearly do more damage. I think Earthquake was maybe also for some, like... I actually don't know. Maybe it was, like, for something else at the same time. Not Gengar, because we just Psychic that. I'm trying to think what was good back then. Oh, Tyranitar. But no, still just run a water move. So I have no idea. And... yeah... a lot of these full to fighting Kyogre like to the standard Kyogre, because like, if you were fighting Shadow Ball Kyogre... Wait, why am I saying Kyogre? I meant to say Slacking. If you're fighting Shadow Ball Spore Slacking, then you have a lot of counterplay. But if you're fighting a normal one with Superpower, Spore, it's literally over. Like, the game starts is over. You can't do anything. So a lot of these teams just don't match up. Here's a team called Sand, because there's a Tyranitar in it. And here's first Rayquaza sighting. I can talk about this Pokemon. And it's bad. Okay, this is Taunt Jolly Arrow, so it's not a Pokemon. Tyranitar's set was this for a while. Wait, why was it 248? I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. But it was this for a while because Rock Blast for the Jask and the subs, and Pursuit because you could switch in on some Mewtwo's and stuff and like Deoxys and trap them, which I guess it's still true for Mewtwo because Mewtwo nowadays runs like Tail Glow, and so I guess you could pursue it, but it's gonna do like 30. So it'll do 30 if it stays in, and then you're gonna take +2 Ice Beam. It would be easier to Shadow Ball it off of your higher stat, and twice the BP. You don't really need to trap Mewtwo because it's not a threat like that. Deoxys, though, I could see Pursuit trapping Deoxys, but like I would honestly rather do it with Metagross. I know that Pokemon doesn't have a special attack stat, but like you can just switch it in on a Dio. Like you don't need to go this weird route and predict it or whatever. You can just come in on Superpower and you can kill it with Pursuit. I also think Pursue Metagross is not a set, but it would be better than this. At least I knew Recover Sleep Talk. That's like Gen 2 teas. Natures are also all over the place of Tyranitar. Like they're gonna go a lot of places. In general, the set was bad. Nowadays, the sets are really varied on Tyranitar, but like they at least will beat Slacking, kind of, or like they'll have post setup utility, a lot of post setup utility. This has 0 post setup utility. This is Rayquaza. I like to pretend like Choice Band was a real set, but it wasn't. So they were all Tail Glow because you wanted to be a special attacker because you want to hit Slacking on special side, and Rayquaza was a choice because you could like switch it on Surf Talk Ogre because you're Airlock and a Dragon, and then you could, and also because the Tail Glow Kyogres were all Thunder to kill each other. So Rayquaza could just like make it miss the Thunder, and then you could Leaf Blade, I guess, which is stupid because it doesn't kill. Because Kyogre special defense is like 100 million, and it's a non-stab Leaf Blade, and Leaf Blade he doesn't get it, but it's like it's really bad. It's like 70 base power or something, or like 90 at best. It's so bad. Actually, I'm gonna look. It was literally 30. Okay, yeah, okay, cool. It was 30. It was not 30. Hold on, my brain scrambled. It's 70 base power. I don't know why I said 30. 70 base power. Anyway, bad Pokemon. This did kill everything back then because no Lotties. This was weaker than Lotties. Obviously, it doesn't keep up. It doesn't disable Slacking at +2. Because, I mean, Lotties don't unless they're Sun Lotties, so it's like, obviously this won't. You can't get your Flamethrower boosted because you're Airlock as well. Generally inferior to them on in every way besides, like, I don't know, a Shadow Ball neutrality. And that's about it. And, you can hold a Lum. You can hold a Lum. But I'm gonna be serious, Latios with a Lum is probably better than this. Though it would be really weak, but this is, like, already pretty weak. And yeah, just bad Pokemon. 95 speed was also jail, but And Band was not a set because everything tanked it, including Steels. We've seen this. We've also seen this. I'm kind of wondering why Rapid Spin is here when 3 Pokemon are immune to spikes. One of them is a Tyranitar who doesn't give a fuck. Like, could this not have been counter? Or, it could have been Spikes, but we have a Spikes arrow, so I'm kind of wondering why this is on the team to begin with. I guess because it's immune to sand, but, when there was no Metagross, this is kind of what was happening. We were putting, like, this on a sand team. It was really jail. Oh, not Mach Punch. Why was this here? Oh, I think that was for Speed Boosted Aggron, who didn't even kill you, so who cares? But it was for Speed Boosted Aggron. Pretty sure. Maybe it was also for unspeed boosted Aggron because Cross Chop's such a bad move because Aggron lives that 20% of the time. And Mach Punch, maybe that just kills it every time. I haven't calced because why would I? It's also Adamant. And is this one Adamant? No. So yeah, I guess if you're fighting Shadow Ball Spore, then you have Tyranitar, and you have this and Skarmo's counterplay, and this. So it's clearly decked out. Not this because it's Jolly Taunt. But yeah, this team is bad. Move on. Not hardworking TSS. Oh, not this team. Okay, this was. We're gonna have to buckle down because this is when I tried to make stall. And I labbed this out. I labbed it out to still lose to special defense. It was really sad. This team, I made a whole RMT on it in the threads. It's like page 7 or something, or page 6. It's like old. This team is so bad. It's really, really bad. It won back then because everything else sucked. And I tried to like... The point of this team was like you set up sand. You had 4 people who could fight slacking, and then you had Tentacruel to beat all the special defense, which it didn't do because it's not a good Pokemon. And I unironically ended up ranking it higher than Scarm later because of bias. Or Tentacruel became really high ranked in like an old VR, put over like actually good Pokemon because it was good on this team. And you know, later I tried it out a couple more times and it was just like really disappointing. In this meta, it's useless. Because you'll see. You'll see. I'll talk about it. Anyway, this was the bad set. It was lefties, too. So, like, they really could spore you and do whatever. This was Rapid Spin because it's stall. You know, it makes sense. Because I have, like, 40 walls to this. To slacking. Gengar was Encore sub. This decision baffles me. Even in the RMT, I was like, why am I Encore sub? Oh, well, there's no better set. It's just insane to me, because, like, what are we passing to? There's no win con on this team. You see that Groudon? That is defensive as fuck, Groudon. That Aggron, he's not sweeping a damn thing with no speed boost. Or with a speed boost, because it's Aggron. So this Pokemon really was useless. I have a stall now where the Gengar is a lot different than this and, like, actually does something in a game. But, you know, if you're timid Encore, that's, like, mostly what you need. And the other 3 moves are for show in this team. Here was standard Aggron. I actually believed that Leftovers Aggron would be enough on a stall team. Which it's not, so... And no speed boost. I don't know why I put this here. Because I seriously thought that, you know, Belly Drum, Shadow Ball, Spore, Slacking was gonna not see this one coming. Leftovers, no recover Aggron. In case they have Backjask, which should threaten my stall team. You know, Speed Boost should threaten my stall team. It's just so stupid. Like, what was the point of this Pokemon on this team? Oh, here was Tentacruel. Okay, the team with this Pokemon. So, remember earlier I said Rayquaza 95 speed is prison? Because he would get outsped by 100 speeds like Tentacruel and get Ice Beamed and die. That was actually a counterplay to him. And it worked because he's bad. He's such a bad Pokemon. So Tentacruel could legit, and also because Tentacruel didn't get hit super effective by Dragon Fire Grass, so you could just come in on Rayquaza and Ice Beam him out and kill him. And he was also a fake Kyogre counter because you could Toxic, and that was his life. It didn't even work, by the way, because the Tail Glow ones were Thunder, so they killed him, and the Surf Talk ones were Aromatherapy, so they didn't really get Toxic either. So this Pokemon did not beat Kyogre, so this team didn't have a Kyogre answer. Literally, how do you make a team that loses to Surf Talk Kyogre? Like, are you serious? But that's what I did. And every time I fought a Kyogre, I would have to, like, PP stall their Aromatherapy with this. Usually I would win before then, because people were bad at this game, but it was really jail. If someone knew how to play Kyogre, like, they would kind of win. But yeah, this is a fake answer. I thought he was good back then. He's not good. I mean, he's Clear Body, you know, for their webs. And this is the Groudon. I used to swear that the set was peak. I also don't think it's supposed to be lax nature. But maybe it is. I honestly have no idea anymore. But he might have to be relaxed. Maybe it was that. But it was relaxed or it was lax. Generally, putting... This is like an Electro nature. Putting like, oh, I can't do minus special attack because, you know, Scarm's gonna tank Sacred Fire. That was unironically what I was thinking. Which is really stupid. I also use Sacred Fire on Slacking. So I guess I didn't want lower damage on that, but, like, really? And, you know, Earthquake, what does that hit? That Sacred Fire doesn't hit. It doesn't hit Kyogre. That mon doesn't take that much damage from it. It hits Tentacruel. And it hits Tyranitar. And it hits... Aggron also dies to Sacred Fire. Truthfully, a strange Pokemon. This was my Spike Setter. It was a good Spike Setter because the spinner was Skarmory a lot of the time. And you just Sacred Fire him. So this was like a good Pokemon back then. Nowadays it's a fraud. I'm not seeing a superpower, so this is a fraud Pokemon. It was also no ability. This was when I thought no ability, Groudon made me the smartest person in the entire world. Which I don't know, maybe it did. Maybe it did. Whatever. This team sucked. Honestly sucked back then. I knew it sucked back then, but I knew people wouldn't counter it because they weren't good. And they didn't. Here's a team called Leaf Blade Ogre, which, oh my god. The name already. Jasklead, whatever. By the way, they're all the same. The thing is, you can mix Jasklead up a lot. In, like, my newer teams, I mix Jasklead up a lot with items and, like, moveset. Because they're not all this. You can run stuff like Lumberry and Spikes and Taunt. You can run a couple Natures, though I usually do Timid anyway. And you can run, like, Imprison or... You know, you can run different moves than this 4, but this 4 was what I lived on, because I didn't have to try, I could just slot it. I ran this Pokemon again, except I ran Sleep Talk instead of Whirlwind, so that I could lose to Sub, which was a thing on Kyogre, I guess. Also, Lum slacking if Lum was up, free Belly Drum. So I was like, I can't have that, so I had a Gengar. But it was this stupid set, with a Ninjax. These were the same Pokemon. And considering that this doesn't do anything except Ice Beam Rayquaza, I actually only had 3 Pokemon in a game on this team. One of them was banned, and it was Bantrick, which was jail. But, you know, I guess if it... Banned Cross Chop, though, would be really, really bad. Like, imagine locking into that thing. Ugh. And this is the Kyogre in question. So Leaf Blade is because, unironically, because of Quagsire, because he would be Surf Thunder. It did not occur to me that you can just use Ice Beam because it 2-hits Quagsire at +2 anyway. And Quagsire can't do shit because he's a bad Pokemon. So, like, you could just Ice Beam him. And what's he going to do? Haze? Because he dies to +2 Ice Beam into +0 Ice Beam. Because he's literally such a bad Pokemon that Kyogre can just do whatever. But I ran Leaf Blade because I actually thought... Also because it hit regular Kyogre, but it hit regular Kyogre for Pebbles because it's a 70 base power move. Not 30, just 70. It's also modest, which means that it really doesn't beat defense. It's a counter team to stall. Just to Quagsire stall, which isn't a serious archetype. It's also sub lefties. So you're really, really like hampering this against defense. And last we have Rock Blast backslacking. I got hit by this earlier in a game. In a game I was playing against was it Lag Bad? I think I was playing against Lag, and he hit me with back Rock Blast slacking when I switched into Gengar, and I was like, what the fuck? This is why you don't go hard guard, because people will do stuff like that, even though it beats nothing. But I got hit by that, and I got reminded of it. Rock Blast beats nothing on this team, because when are they staying Ninjask in on your slacking? Only to pass. Maybe that's the thing, but like, no, because they just pass first. I don't even know what this is for. Dumb. Here's Rain Bird Spam. There's curious Pokemon on this team. Not a single slacking in sight. Generally, if you're running no slacking, I'm gonna assume you're stall. But this is not stall. This is like my idea of balance or something. Surf Talk Kyogre lead is a choice. You know, what's the point of running a Pokemon that you switch into Spore as your lead? It would be like running Blissey as a lead. It's just very confusing to me. And you know the leads or stuff like Jask, so you had to play a 50-50 on if Jask was going to Spore or Sub or Tact. Like, and if you got it right, which was if they Spored and you click Sleep Talk, then, and it also landed on Surf and not Aromatherapy, then I guess you won. Otherwise, you know, they can just Tech Pass, or they can Tech Sub, or do Mind Games on you. It's really, really not an anti-Jask at all. And then the other lead was stuff like, you know, Arrow, who could, in fact, Spore Taunt you. Or it could just spike. But I guess he won since you did kill him. I guess that is about it for leads. The lead metagame was not very good back then. Lead Slack would not love this Pokemon though. It's also modest, but who cares? Oh, what the hell is this? Okay, I didn't see this one coming. I didn't see Dragon Dance. Why is it Copedon coverage? Okay, well, we're a Kabutops that loses to everyone. So confusing to me. Like, they really said, I will not beat a single counter. Cross Chop, no way that kills Slacking. No way that kills Slacking. Dragon Dance is just crazy to me. I guess if you hit a Dragon Dance, then the Slackings can't revenge you with a Cross Chop. But, like, who cares? Because they'll tank you anyway. And it's not like people are going to go neutral bulk on this. This Mon sucks and will get neutral bulk by anyone. Here's Celebi. This is another 100 speed Mon who Ice Beams Rayquaza. And he's also Leaf Blaze the Kyogre and the Groudon. So it counters all the Weather Trio. That was the idea here. And Taunt is for, I guess, for slacking. So that they can't Belly Drum on you. Instead, they Shadow Ball and 2-hit kill. Actually, do they even 2-hit? I don't even think they 2-hit. I think it's like 40% around, or 45 maybe. Lefty's Natural Cure, by the way, is Cope. Like, if you're Spored with Natural Cure, it's not going to stop them from Belly Drumming on you. You still have to run Sleep Talk and Lumberry. So, good luck with that. This set is not good. I tried to justify this Mon for a while, but it's really not good. Grass Ice is, like, okay coverage. Grass coverage is honestly pretty good in, like, this era where Kyogre and Groudon are the best Pokemon in the game. And nowadays, Kyogre is still, like, kind of the best Pokemon in the game. Groudon really isn't. If you want to hit Kyogre, you should just go Choice Band on stuff, because it has no defense compared to a special defense of 100 million. So truthfully, this Pokemon didn't do much against it. Oh yeah, also they were all either Surf Talk or they were like Surf Thunder. So Celebi just switched on them with no fear of Ice Beam. Because Ice Beam just kind of wasn't considered back then. Because, you know, you'd lose to other Kyogre. But nowadays, because Lottie's a lot more of a thing, Surf Ice Beam is kind of more standard now. This Mon is just a relic, very old relic. Usually the tourists want this Pokemon to be good because it's Celebi, but he's bad. Another Tail Glow Rayquaza. This Pokemon is really not it. I will save discussion on him because I have to talk about Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh beat Rayquaza because it switched in and just tanked it. It doesn't do this to Lottie's. Lottie's just kill it with +2 Dragon Claw, but Rayquaza is a weak ass, so Ho-Oh just switched on it and tanked it. And so this was actually like a C tier for a while because it could do that. I used it on Rain, of all things, to increase the power of Kyogre against it and to lower its Sacred Fire damage. I thought that was a perfect pairing. And I made sure that there were no Rock Blast resist on this team either. Because, you know, Celebi will deal with it. Ho-Oh is very jail. You know, even back then, it was like, you don't really beat Rayquaza that hard because it's like you don't hit it. You don't even Ice Beam him. You're not faster. This Mon, if it could tank Lottie's, I would honestly maybe say it's fine. But it can't. It literally can't. And if they're Thunder, it's good luck. Rain Lottie, I guess, is also like they're dead, but that's not a great Pokemon. I don't love Rain Lottie. But, you know, you don't hit them anyway, because you're Sacred Fire. This Mon has to run some stupid, like, Scarm tier set where Sleep Talk Whirlwind, because otherwise, Slack will just come for it. Which is not his favorite. Though I do think, actually, that if you ran this on Sun, Sacred Fire would disable Slack. I'm just guessing, because... Okay, actually, that cannot be right. I think it would, like, have a good chance of disabling Slack. I'm just guessing because Sun Lottie disables Slack. And so I think that Sun Ho-Oh would disable Slack with the same move. But with 20 less special attack, I think the odds would be lower for sure. This Mon might be worth revisiting, maybe, but I just don't like it. I think its niche is really non-existent. Even back then. And Scarm is... Yeah, this is, like, standard now. I guess I ran this back then because there were no spikes on this team. But for which breaker? For fucking Rayquaza? Nothing on this team sweeps. Rayquaza didn't sweep shit. He was too slow. So, the jail team, no win con. No win con. No slacking, no win con. And it's not one of those Kyogre sets that can sweep teams, so bad. Next we have Jask semi-stall. This was when I tried to get into stall more. Because it was like, hardworking TSS just doesn't beat special offense. Can I make a team that beats special offense with stall? The answer is no. No, you can't. I have a better team that beats special offense. Like, I have better stalls now, but like, they're still not great teams because they're stall. Not even because they're bad teams. It's their fucking stall. There's a Jask here. My idea was the Jask Aggron core. Like I said, this tanks Cross Drop for Aggron. This tanks Brock Blast for Jask. But, you know, when neither of them have recovery, I'm literally substitute. I'm greeting out. This should be recover. I'm greeting out so bad right now. Like, it's just so bad. It's literally so bad. It's so bad. It's just, what am I doing here? And why is this plus speed nature again? We have an Aggron to fall back on, but it's also, but it's lefties no sleep talk, so we kind of don't have an Aggron to fall back on. We also have a Tyranitar. I wonder what this is doing here when there's a Tyranitar. Like, I guess Tyranitar doesn't resist rock or whatever, but who cares? It's fucking Rock Blast. No Rock Blast will kill Tyranitar. So, the initial idea is already off to a terrible start. We're already horrible from the beginning. Here we have Stupid Celebi. It rapid spins, even though it loses to Gengar, so whatever. Gengar will never switch in on this, though, so you can kind of rapid spin on everyone. So, I guess maybe it's good for that. But I don't know, it's literally Celebi. This mon's not good. I already talked about it. Rapid spin does not change its purpose, because it wasn't really a taunt user anyway. I guess this makes it better against, like, arrow offense, but I can't see it that well. This was the usual. Yeah, I'm seriously wondering why Aggron is here. Because, tell me, these sets are the same in function. Like, yes, one of them is Swords Dance Sub and one of them is Recover Sleep Talk. But they're the same in function. They beat the exact same things. Like, this is just Shadow Ball Spore slacking. Also, this team is no answer to Cross Chop slacking. Like, even back then, I don't think I brought this once, because it's like, when they have Cross Chop slacking, even if they don't boost, what's your answer? What's your switch in? Nothing. Nothing. Like, I don't even have a Scarm. On a so-called stall team, I don't have a Scarm. I have a stupid Aggron. So it's just chill. Here we have Ho-Oh, so I don't lose the special defense. You know, I already have Celebi to deal with Rayquaza and to deal with Kyogre, but I was like, well, if Rayquaza Tail Glows and then Flamethrowers me on Switch, and I'll die. So I need another answer. Not realizing that if I just, you know, don't let Rayquaza Tail Glow and get free turns, I will be fine. Like, worst comes to worst, I can sack one of my dumb rocks to do the same thing and then bring in Celebi and Ice Beam it. So this Pokemon is not needed here. At all. This is not needed. It's just free ins for Slack. It's useless. Finally, we have Mewtwo. Okay, this is... What in the Gen 7? Okay. When I say Gen 7, I'm talking about Ubers. This feels like Uber's tease, but with like Will-O-Wisp, because it doesn't learn spikes. I don't like this. This is like a Lugia set. What is this doing on Mewtwo? Mewtwo's not tanky enough for this, and Psychic doesn't kill shit. Like, Mono Psychic is fool. It's the fool. If this was like Toxic or Sacred Fire, I'd be more okay with it. But Mono Psychic... And what is the role even on this team? Like, who are we trying to beat? Gengar? Because if we want to beat Gengar, we have this to pursue it. So what do we need Mewtwo for? Because this is not a Slack answer. You just get Shadow Balled. So, nope. Nope. A stall that loses to Cross Chop slacking? I don't think so. Next we have another stall. Quagsire stall. This is, Tyranitar lead. I don't like this lead. I think this is a bad lead. I have used this before in lead in another stall, but he was 4 attacks, he wasn't this. 4 attacks was a better lead, I'd say, but like, I still don't like him because Slack lead really puts you on the back foot. And you still need like a bunch of answers. This team does have more Slack answers, you know, it has 1. and has a bunch of other freaks here, which aren't, real Pokemon, but they're just for theory crafting and for LARP. Speaking of LARP, we have Quagsire. So this Pokemon does not beat Surf Talk because you don't outdamage it. You can Earthquake him, I guess. So maybe it does, because unlike Tentacruel, you can outdamage lefties. So I lied, maybe you can beat it. Tail Glow, because they were Surf Thunder, you beat that. So this is like the all-encompassing Kyogre answer. And because people weren't running Ice Beam, I was running fucking Leaf Blade for this, not even Ice Beam. So I guess this worked back then. And you could Toxic Slacking, which isn't my favorite, but you could do that. I mean, it wasn't the worst idea. Like, Toxic and Sand, like, you could do worse. Ultimately, it's just very mid. This Pokemon is such a mid-lord. Nowadays, there's no reason to run this. If you want to answer Surf Thunder Kyogre, get a fucking Lottie. Get a Lottie that can beat stuff other than Kyogre. And if you want to answer all Kyogres, get Blissey. Because Blissey doesn't lose to Ice Beam. And Blissey doesn't lose to Thunder. Blissey will beat both of them. So this Mon is useless. And like, sure, Blissey will probably lose to Surf Talk, but Surf Talk isn't a fucking set, so who cares? Your stall team probably was going to have an answer to Surf Talk because if they have a water resist on their team, which they should, then, it'll be fine. Though maybe some stalls don't, because it's kind of hard to fit, like, 2 big Kyogre checks like that, but, don't lose the Surf Talk Kyogre on your stall. Here's Counter Scarm. I have 2 steals, so I guess this makes sense. Here's my dumbass Aggron. I already have a Tyranitar. I've talked about how these 2 mons are the same. Okay, now Dusclops is fake. So I ran lefties on him again. This is Sleep Talk Irma, which I mean is good. I really should probably have this on stalls for like my current stall, but if you ran something like this on Gengar, I would probably see it with like Encore. If you ran this on like Gengar with Encore, but you don't need Sleep Talk on Gengar. Like you really don't need Sleep Talk on Gengar because of its nature, like the way that mon plays out. So you could just run Shadow Ball or Aromatherapy like Encore spikes, and that would be a good set. Kind of, maybe not Shadow Ball. Maybe run something else, but it would be fine. So there's a vision here, but it's like, I didn't add Dusclops because I wanted, like, Gengar stuff, because he's slow, he doesn't do any of that. I wanted him because he blocks Spin, because I would legit thought that Rapid Spin was, like, a problem. It was mainly a move on Scarm. You don't see other stuff running it much. And Rapid Spin, like I said, it's not a great move in this gen, because it's hard to fit. Like, if you can fit it, cool, but it's hard to fit. Because all the offenses don't want to waste time on that nonsense. And you need all your 4 move slots. So, running... And also, by the way, if they run, like, some random Rapid Spinner, it doesn't matter. And going this on Scarm every time is not going to be great when it loses to everything else. Though it does beat... I guess it beats Cross Chop, Spore, Slacking, but that was way less common. Like, nowadays, Superpower is common with Spore, like, with no Ghost coverage. Because you'll lose to Gengar anyway, even with Ghost coverage, so... It's not really common to run, like, Cross Chop in this gen, though. Like, back then, it wasn't common to run, like, no Shadow Ball. Because, people wanted to smack Gengar before it came in. But if you want to do that, I'd honestly think you should just use, like... I don't know. Like, it's just... It's a complicated thing. But generally, people now are fine with making their Slacking lose to Gengar, like, on-site, because it's really... it's impossible to just have a move that stops Gengar from stopping your sweep. Unless it's Hidden Power Ghost Shadow Ball shenanigans with Imprison, but that's a different story. And here's Wobbuffet, who beat nothing because he's not Lum. And he's not Encore either, so he just actually beat nothing. This is anti-Scarm, by the way. This traps Scarm because, like, they can't Whirlwind out, and so you just taunt them and they die. But that's it. And, like, you could beat Aggron because he's a bad Pokemon. But, genuinely, this beats nothing now. It beats Scarm, yeah, because it does beat Scarm, because Scarm sets are, like, the same nowadays. Except they're, like, Spikes all the time. Because Spikes are really broken. But, back then... I guess it was better, but now it's just like whatever. No, I don't like Wobbuffet. In this gen, I've tried to make Wobbuffet work. You'll see attempts. They're never really that successful. I think he's a bad Pokemon, disguising as a good Pokemon. I'm still gonna try and make him good because I see potential in him. This team overall is trash. Next, we have a team called Gyarados. Yeah, okay. This is the last team I made in 2020, maybe. I made a lot of things in 2024. A lot of them with cross chop, though. I think this is the last thing I made in 2020, which is really sad, but whatever. There's a Gyarados here. Gyarados was ranked for a moment. I think he's actually still ranked on the old VR. He actually is ranked on the current VR for a completely different thing. But I'll get into it. This is Bad Arrow. Let's get into Gyara. So Gyara was this set. He does not want to run this now. Nowadays it's probably like Explosion or something. But Gyara back then was like one of those Surf Talk counters, except he could abuse the rain and like Hydro Pump shit, like the Slackings or Gengar or whatever, which isn't really what he does now. What he does now is that he's an Intimidate user that can handle special offense, and Gyarados is not trying to handle like Rayquaza that hard, I guess. Though maybe he was, because they weren't really running electric moves. They were running Dragon Fire Grass. But he didn't do much back. I imagine that you can run a set that does better against Kyogre and Lotties now. They were not running lefties, though. This set is stupid. It's plus defense, like, why? This mon's supposed to answer special offense and be in Tim Sacks. So yeah, I don't really get it. I don't know why the nature is like this. And it's, again, this, like, relaxed shit. Please get this off my screen. But the speed tour is also very inconsequential. Going relaxed is not a big deal. I gotta be honest. And here's the Ninjask replacement. Next. Oh, wait, and why is it bold? Hello? Oh, I don't fuck with bold at all. Okay, yeah, this is not a Pokemon. Why do you lose to Jolly Slacking? Oh, I don't like that at all. Here's... Well, see, this one's adamant, so the bold Gengar will beat it. And this one is banned. I mean, okay, if you have Gyara, then banned is kind of easier to use because special offense won't, like, wax you. I don't know, if you're running someone like Gyara, you probably want more Belly Drum. Because the point of Gyara is that he beats special offense, and special offense is what stops you from spamming the Belly Drum. So, like, banned here kind of makes no sense. And you also have spikes up, too. So, like, you want to run this because you can spike past Groudon and an Impish Slack. So, what is the point of banned here and only 2 Slacks? And then we have Tail Glow. But if we're... But, like, why? Maybe because we don't have a Kyogre answer, is what I thought, to, like, Surf Thunder. We don't have a Thunder answer. But, like, we're adding Kyogre does not give us a Thunder answer. Maybe we'd have to run some bullshit like Celebi to feel better about it. At least it's Lum. But Lum's Sleep Talk is okay. Actually, I'm fine with that. I wish it was Lumspore. Sorry, Lumspore is the best one. Or, like, 3 attacks. But usually Surf Ice Beam Spore is, like, the play from here. Surf Thunder Spore is also good. Surf Ice Beam Thunder is good. Sleep Talk, I'm not huge on it. Because, truthfully, you don't really want to get slept like that. Like, because if you don't have Spore, the Lottie matchup is way worse. Because you want to Spore that thing. If you don't, it'll always beat you. But this is a pre-Lottie, so I get it. This team could be better. But I've seen worse. Oh, wait, no, I forgot about Bold Gengar. No, this is terrible. No, get this out of here. What are we doing? And where's any fighting moves on this team? Why are there no fighting moves? Jail. Next we have... Oh, yeah, I think this is where it starts in 2024. Maybe. Honestly, I have no idea, but I think this is 2024. When I got back into, after a 4-year hiatus, I got back into the game. And I started building Gen 3 again. And I still use cross chop. I didn't know about superpower yet. This is Jasklead. Who cares? This is Jolly. I guess these are the good sets, yeah. But like if they had superpower, this was me trying to solve the meta, and I ignored everything I did before because I was like, this is really stupid and doesn't work. So I tried to start over. So I ran Lefty's Tail Glow, which was a mistake because why are we why are we lefties? I don't like Lefty's Kyogre because slacking first instinct is to either boom on you or to spore. Lefties helps with neither. Spore at least loses Salam. I do support 3 attacks. I think 3 attacks is a good set. Depending on the backbone you have for it, because if you do need other Spore users, I don't like pairing Kyogre with a 3 attack slacking. Because, like, now you're doing too much here. And I'm guessing that this Gengar is a loser set. Oh, wow. It doesn't even have Spore. Okay, what is this? This is like some tryhard stuff. It's also not even... It's not odd HP, so you can only get 1 belly drum, so good luck on that. Kills nothing at +6. I mentioned earlier, because this is on the first team I ever made with the broken 6 with bad sets. This literally just does not kill shit at +6. Like, you can try the set, it does not kill shit at all. I also did run Superpower. Yes, I guess I did know about Superpower back then. Or this might have been when I edited my teams to have Superpower. Because I edited the 2024 ones with Superpower sometimes. But usually I'd put them on the slackings. I guess I put this on this because this is like a burst option. This is not like a sweep option. But it's just so stupid to me. It's just so stupid. Like, why would you sack your Gengar? A Pokemon who solves the endgame for you. Especially when you have Rain already. Why would you sack this for killing something and then dying, getting revenge kill immediately after? It's so stupid. And then we have Lottie. So it's Sun Lottie, but it's on a Rain team. Sure. Kyogre and Lottie pairing is bad, I think, because they answer the same stuff. Kyogre, wants to answer slacking and, like, disable it immediately, and it wants to not die to, like, Fizzballs like Skarm or Metagross, and wants to beat Gengar. Stuff like that. And Lottie's the same thing. It does the same thing, except, since we're in the rain, it doesn't disable slacking, so it's actually kind of a waste of time. And it's Recover. I'm guessing this is supposed to be a Surf Thunder answer to Kyogre, but if there's Spore, when you're no Sleep Talk, it becomes a lot harder. I'm not going to preach Mono Lottie, because I think that's only good on sand, but there surely has to be better. Even Thunder Lottie would have been better. I'm not a huge believer of Thunder Lottie, though. I'm not a huge believer of Thunder Lottie because it's not great against Slack. You need, like, really specific team if you want to use Thunder Lottie over, like, Thunder Kyogre. Because it's probably not worth it on most teams. I don't like Thunder Lottie that much. Usually, if you want to run that, you should just run Mono or should run Kyogre. This team is better than all the other teams before, I would say, because you at least have, like, a Lottie. There's no Rayquaza on this team. This Mon is actually, like, a good Mon. But it's not on this team, like, correctly. Honestly, why is the 6 with bad sets kind of one of the best ones we've seen so far? Because that team sucks. Whatever. We have DOA Sand up next. This used to be a sample. I remember this. Yeah, this is, like, 2024 samples life. I ran this set because I just put it. I didn't know why I was running this. It was like a calling. I have to run this set. I added this again because I was still under the illusion that Shadow Ball Spore was a good set. I ran this too. What were we doing adding... Was this like some Slack situation thing? I think I was trying to stall it out, but neither of them have spikes. None of them have spikes. Oh, this was the spike setter. Okay, I get what this was. So I was trying to do that stall bullshit again where I was running sand plus 2, the 2 steals. And so my idea here was to go Lottie to beat special offense because you could outspeed and kill Rayquaza, and you could kill Kyogre because you could tank it, and you could beat the Lotties because you could, like, Toxic, and you could hit them super effective, and, like, you're fat. So you could set spikes on Kyogre and stuff. But the thing is, there's no physical offense to, like, accompany the set. Because if you want someone who like owns special offense on your team, you should have physical offense. The physical offense on this team is not enough. You can't have like the sand bullshit. And also, you're Lottie. Why are you on a sand team? Okay, actually, I guess that's not very. I've run Lottie on sand before and it's good. There's a sample that has Lottie on sand and it's really broken. But that's a specific set. This is like defensive who wants to recover a lot. It's just like not giving. Oh, recover? Oh, I was here then. But I don't think this is good on this team. Recover is like really has no pre-setup utility, but recover is what you use when you want to bait people who are running like fast ban. So, or like people who are running Scarm offenses. You bait them because like they try to E-speed on you and you recover and you win the game. It's really funny. But if they have Gar, it's like cool. And if you don't click Belly Drum on this, it's like cool. But if you recover, you probably will click Belly Drum. So this is a good set when you're superpower and you can actually do stuff. And it also means that Sand really hates you because, you know, Sand can't just like protect you to death because he'll just heal. So they usually have a really hard time chipping you down. So this is like kills balance, kill stall. But versus offense, it's bad. So I'm kind of wondering why, because you're Sand with like, if you want to kill balance, you do have nothing actually. So maybe that's why this is here. But then you don't have anything to kill offense either. You kill nothing. And finally, you have Banned Deoxys. Rock Blast is Cope. And Cross Chop is a Relic. But you know, other than that, it's all down. Even the nature is correct. Almost. Wait, why is it naughty? Oh yeah, this was like, I think this was an error when they used to make you not minus special attack because of Shadow Ball, but it's a physical move. So, yeah. I think this has all of the moves. Oh no, it doesn't. It has 2 of them. Good enough. This team, bad. I didn't bring this much. Despite the fact that I made this a sample, I didn't feel that confident in it. Whenever I brought it, Lottie really folded to special offense because it was on sand and had no support. Nobody on this team has any support. It's like, it's really stupid. Here I have Bane lead, the first Metagross sighting and Banette sighting. Okay, Banette is really tragic. This Mon, I swear it's like not that bad. But I can't prove it because it's Banette. But this Mon's genuinely like a free switch on Slacks to like read them. Because you can scope out a Slack moveset if they're it's like a process. Because a lot of them nowadays run Superpower Spore. And if they run that, they can't do anything to Banette. So that's the ideal way of using this. And because it can actually do some damage. Not with this set, though. Like with Band, you can do damage. Or like something. Or Spell Tag, I guess. Lead is weird. I don't really know about Quick Claw. But I didn't know what to run on this Mon. I think I run Spell Tag now for like some rolls. I forgot the rolls. But it's like some rolls. Maybe against Psychics. Imprison here is because I wanted to imprison on Jask so it can't baton pass, which is a strat because you can't get spored. This does lose to taunt, technically, but if you imprison with Quick Claw, then you're good. That's why I added Quick Claw, I think. So, yeah. And with this is high attack. This is pretty high attack for Gen 3, so it will actually do some damage, but not with Cross Chop, that's stupid. But if you're in Superpower Baton Pass, that's kind of jail. So I get it. Weird set. Maybe it could work though, but like I would really not want to lead this. I want to go this in the back and like waste their belly drum. This is back Jask with no utility outside of lead. So why is this not the lead? I guess my idea was like I stop their Jask from passing, so it's like setup fodder now, and then I use mine to pass. But back Jask is so blarb to me because you never get to pass with this. It just sits there. It's like a figurehead. It just sits there and does nothing. So what is this Mon even doing here? It's just a waste of time. I make it a point to sacrifice my Ninjask when like I know shit is getting bad because that Mon is going to be my last. I've kept that one alive sometime, coping, thinking it'll sub pass, and then it's my last and I lose. Just sack him. Here's a belly drum, and here's a belly drum. See, at least I'm not running Shadow Ball Spore anymore. I grew out of that. Here's Sun Lottie. No Sun, which means it's bad. This set not on Sun is like kind of LARP because it means that you don't disable slacking, so you're not really good special offense. So you don't serve that much of a purpose on this team. Anyway, yeah. It's pretty bad. You're also... I do think that Spore Lottie is good. To an extent. It's like... If Kyogre already is spored, this mon's pretty damn good. But if they spore you first, you'd have to play a lottery. So for that reason, I usually try to go Sleep Talk. But Sleep Talk is just as much of a lottery, so truthfully, it's just personal opinion. Finally, we have Metagross with this set. Don't ask. This set is... So I discovered Metagross when I came back because it's just Skarmory, but like, you don't ever die to Cross Chop. And so Skarmory is like a chance to die to Jolly Cross Chop, like a small chance. Metagross has no chance. And it has some different resist sets, like you don't die to Thunder. But who cares? Because the stuff that runs Thunder can kill you with their stab. And you have higher special defense, and I don't know, I guess that's it. His type is really not better than Skarm. Like, you're being weak to Spikes and to Doug Trio is really ass. But his big thing was that he had attack. Attack so that he could actually do damage to Slacking. With a Lychee Berry, he could Oko after Belly Drum with Cross Chop. He could disable. Which, you know, you can do now with Superpower and Sand, but since we weren't running that, it was Cross Chop. But honestly, these kinds of like pinch berries aren't really that bad. They're a little bit underrated. I think that in particular, Salac Groudon is the one I want to try. I haven't built with it yet, but Salac Groudon's the thing, I swear. Because if they, though honestly, if people start getting like actually good at the lines versus Sun, that mon's gonna be useless. But as it is now, what it's like is that you bring in your Groudon after a sack at their boosted slacking. They extreme speed you. You go to low health, you superpower them, your Salac activates, and then you're faster, so you extreme speed them and they die. Terrible idea, by the way. Because again, if they learn the lines, they can ignore that. So you're running a Spore Weak Mon. But, you know, it's a fun idea. So this team, honestly kind of the best one I've seen, even though there's a Lottie who doesn't do anything. Because at least, like, there's win cons and there's a lead that's kind of good. Okay, I got Psychic Spam. But why is it called Psychic Spam? Because Wobbuffet's not even a Psychic. These two are Psychics, but like... But this is not a Psychic. This is a Wobbuffet. This is another sample. Lum, Dio, lead is jail. Rock Blast, like, sure. Sure, they'll do it this time. They're going to let you. Prison Mon doesn't kill shit. But, you know, you have Boom, so I guess it does kill shit. But I'm not a fan. I'm not a big fan of this. Honestly, if you're going to run lead Dio, maybe you want to run something that will kill an arrow. Though I guess that was like Starmie now. That's like Starmie's thing now. Oh, this is a demon set. I've never got it to work though. I didn't want to bring this team much because it's not a great team. But the idea is that you get rid of their water resist and then you win. Which means that this team probably should have a better Kyogre answer than nothing, but it is what it is, truly. Just hope that they're, you know, not Thunder or Tail Glow. So, like, they don't have a Kyogre. But Acid Armor is, like, crazy shit. Acid Armor Rest Hawk, like, you just beat everyone who doesn't resist water. Like, anyone who dies to Surf naturally, it's over. After one Acid Armor, the booms will just stop killing you. So they can't do anything. It's over. Here's Wobbuffet. So his job is that he tries to trap Tail Glow Lotties, which should definitely be easier when you're in rain, but it takes like 60 from their +2 Dragon Claw, which is really stupid. But It literally just is how it is. And you can haze them. That's what haze is for, but I don't like haze. This Mom Without Encore is a fraud. He's supposed to trap Lotties because Doug doesn't do it because they're flying. And I truthfully think there are much better ways to beat Lotties. Like, I think that you should run Explosion Kyogre if you want to do it. I'm not kidding. Explosion Kyogre plus Acid Armor Kyogre would save millions. And also Doug Trio because you can trap their Tail Glow Kyogre. Like, it would literally win the game. I'm so not kidding. You would win the game. And yeah. No, that would be a serious team. I have to build that. I have to build that. This core, it's just so odd to me because, like, you don't have enough to sweep with this. That's why it doesn't work because you can't sweep with this. I think this was a sample, but I'm not sure. It might not have been. Oh, this is when I started running Superpower. Okay. So this is when I started running Superpower. Now, who is Belly Drum Explosion? I don't support that. I don't support this. I think Belly Drum Explosion's cope. But whatever. I guess you can run this. But I don't like this set at all. Because you don't really beat anything extra with it. Because if you're at +6, everything's going to die. So what do you need Explosion for? It's going to do the same thing as Belly Drum. I think the idea is that if you get disabled, you can still kill them with an explosion. Not a bad idea, you know? But it would require the foresight to click the explosion on the disabling, so I don't know. I'm not a fan. Finally, we have Tail Glow because I thought Gengar was going to beat my ass unless I went a faster Tail Glowmon. Also, this beats Kyogre technically, but Volt Tackle kills you, so not really. And also because they kill you first because they just surf you. Mewtwo is really a fraud. I don't like running this Mon because he's a total fraud. You don't need to run this ever. And if you run this, you probably want Psychic because killing Gengar is the only reason why you would ever want to run this. But, you know, you also want to kill Arrow. That's the other reason, to kill Arrow. So I guess this set does make sense since Gengar doesn't like when you hit it with neutral coverage off of 154 special attack either. So it'll work out. But, you know, this could have been a Doug Trio. Then I would have maybe supported this because you could sweep. But I don't. And I don't like the Wobbuffet set being easier. So overall, this team could be better. There need to be improvements. There needs to be some pre-set utility improvements. We have to a better lead. Like, we need some spikes, maybe. It's whatever.
You might wonder why the name just changed and the background just changed and well the rooms changed because well this video is being recorded a long time after all that other stuff was in the first part. I kind of took a break for a while. I quit PH for a while, not Mons. I quit PH and I went to OMs. Well, I'm still not gonna touch the modern gens. I'm staving off those for good, but I did come back for old gens for 2 and 3 because I really do love those metas and I I don't really want to stave off them. It's just the modern gens. I really don't like what is going on in the modern gens. Not even with the tiers. It's a little bit with the tiers. It's mostly with the community. And the old gens does not have that problem. Also, same with Wondrous Hack mods. I don't think anyone cares about it. Like, maybe I care about it a little bit. Not like as much as old gens, but I care about it, you know. Not many people do. But whatever. So the next team is called DOS. Oh, I'm already concerned because this I knew it was gonna be this lead. This lead is one that I peddled for a while because okay, was it even a while? I don't know. I don't think it was a while. But I peddled it because agility into Rock Blast is supposed to like kill Jask. Because you know you agility on their protect, because you're faster and they want to protect and get the speed boost, you agility to be faster, and then you rock blast them. It's easy, right? Yeah. The thing is, the rock blast first off is not guaranteed. It's not even like one of those rolls that's basically guaranteed. It's like an actual roll, probably in Deoxys' favor because Jask is pretty frail, but 95 attack and no kind of stab in a full EV meta. It's a disaster. It doesn't always kill. And then when you're done with that, you suck. Also, if you fight a Slacking, you're bad. If you fight a Tyranitar, you're bad. If you fight a Kyogre, I guess you can boom it. But if you want to just boom, run Slacking, why would you run this? Slacking's just like an upgrade to this, and this set is just useless. But I peddled it for a while, so it's like a super popular lead now on some of the noobs teams, and I'm like, I didn't get it at all. It's not even popular on my teams because it's ass. Just on theirs. Here's Banded Slacking. Okay, I'm done running Trick, thank God. I learned apparently. I see a Lugia. Oh, that's a whole can of worms. But before that, this one's not running Trick anymore. It is Jolly. That's actually fine. Adamant Band, I think, is trying too hard usually, and you want to go Jolly because you want the strong extreme speed against the other Slackings and shit. And it's cross chop. We're gonna ignore that. Okay, typical set. No one cares. This is a set that can set up on Slacking because you can Dragon Dance taunt. You know, you're faster than Slacking, and you can taunt it, and extreme speed does like not enough damage to you, and you pressure it as well, so they only get 4, and then you can recover. And I would love for this to work in a game. The flying resists, though, if they have a flying resist with like Tyranitar or Skarm or like Aerodactyl, even, it kind of goes to shit. And, you know, Slackings, if they have Shadow Ball, I don't even think it does enough damage to this. If they're banded, they're gonna break you. If they want to boom, they'll break you. I've seen people run fucking Rock Blast Slacking or like Lumberry Boom Slacking whenever I run this because they hate me. I think it could work. It's so matchup fish though. Like, what's even stopping them from just going Kyogre, clicking a Fat Surf, destroying you? Probably the special defense is stopping them. But I mean, like, Kyogre Surf is stronger than Slacking Extreme Speed by a bit. Pretty sure we're just 2 hit, and then Lugia can't do anything back. You do sacrifice a bunch of health though. Maybe you can recover, spam it off, and like hope you don't get crit. But I don't really like that as a strategy. You do tie Gengar, you can taunt it. Gengar can't do anything to you really. It can like spore you if it wins the. But if you, I think I'm just always gonna click Dragon Dance though. If this is out or taunt maybe, and Gar can't come in on either and win. So it's like, yeah, it's like supposed to be a theory balance killer, but really you're just gonna get like boomed because you're not gonna boost enough to kill Slacking in 1 hit ever. They'll just like get a boom on those or they'll whirlwind Scar. I think the set. Oh well, they won't whirlwind you because you taunt it, but you know the boom is gonna happen. So I don't like this set. I think it's just bad with the Dragon Dance one. I think there's a set maybe with some other moves, maybe like Psychic and Sacred Fire or something that would be better here, or like Toxic. Not this Dragon Dance stuff is just roleplay. Here's Tail Glue Kyogre. Okay, we're getting into good sets territory. Finally. It's finally, I'm seeing Timid on the Kyogre, and I'm seeing Lumberry on it, and I'm seeing 3 attacks, which is a good set. This is finally a good Kyogre. It took a while, but we're here. No substitute, no leftovers, no bullshit. Not like Bold Nature or anything, finally. And then we had to ruin it with this nonsense. Why do I always think that I have to run a sub-passer on every team? And why this thing as a sub-passer? It's not a good sub-passer. It needs to do something. You want to click... I guess Spout wasn't discovered yet, but whatever. Encore Agility sub Baton Pass cannot be the best thing you can do. Like, Agility Pass is so stupid. Just run Jask at this point. I know this is supposed to be like a slacking stop, um, but you have a Lugia, and you have 2 slackings. Lugia is a good slacking stop, honestly. Like, post setup, I think, is pretty bad. I don't think it was a extreme speed, but I mean, if you have Protect, you could shave off 4 extreme speeds. Like, you can threaten a Spore or something. I think Lugia has use, for sure. Just not this, like, Dragon Age set. You have counterplay, basically. I do think that adding a Ghost to teams is pretty, like, makes them consistent against slacking. I think it's totally fine to have a Gengar here. I just wish it was a Spoutgar. Or, like, maybe a good set, you know, not this shit. This set is just bad. Whatever. And Yeah, I guess this team is fine. You know, the lead is bad, and there's this shit. I wish this was just a Jazz lead. And then maybe the set should be good. This set's like, it's a bad set. This seems like okay, I guess. We're like kind of getting there with Koger. Yeah, it's like fine, I guess. Better than some of the other shit, seriously. Next, we have double growth stall. This is one of my attempts where I make stall. Another one. We're already opening with a goodie. We're already opening with a fucking goodie in max special attack auto EVs because of I don't know. Maybe I just put these on purpose. Sheer cold is um I can't say it's my favorite, you know. Like, what kind of stall war are you getting where you have to use sheer cold and where it's like a better choice than using a move? Like, maybe just explode or something. I feel like that would be better. But then, you know, you can't explode because it's a stall. Fuck stall. Just run explosion. Who cares? You don't need to confine yourself to an archetype. I don't understand why sheer cold is here. I think it's just literally because I think I'm gonna get in some stall war and like with who? The Lotties? And why would I not run like a Mega Horn if I really wanted to kill Lotties or Shadow Ball? Probably because you know that would suck against slacking. If you want to not suck against slacking, you can run like extreme speed or protect or like boom or like good moves. Why would you run sheer cold? I don't think sheer cold is a good idea. I think it's a waste of time, and I don't understand it. Maybe if I'm fighting this fucking Blissey, because Blissey's like a fat ass mod now because it's fully beast, but still, I don't get it. Here's Blissey. Blissey is gonna show up on like all the stalls because it's like the only mon that beats Kyogre and Lotties at the same time. And some could argue that Lotties beat Kyogre and Lotties at the same time, but they don't know what they're talking about. So this one actually does do both. I can't say I'm too much of a fan of this set, which allows Slacking to come in, Spore, and then Belly Drum, but I guess it could be worse. You know, there's sand and shit, and you can natural cure, just a fake ass answer to Spore. You, of course, are going to die to a superpower. Your superpower resist is Latias. Good luck with that. I think that it's pretty hard to afford a superpower resist unless you have a ghost. And switching a ghost right in to a slacking is risky because it's like they can shadow ball you, and it's weird. Like you don't want to get shadow ball and trade it for like a water spout because that's stupid as fuck. But it's usually fine on offenses because you know you can like pick up after. But this is like a stall, and this is why I don't like stall at all. And there's a stall later I know I made. There's a ghost on it with a Gengar. That works like fine. I remember every time I try to run it, there's some bullshit counter team to it, and it annoys me, and it makes me think, why didn't I run a fence? And I'm correct, I should run a fence. Toxic, I think, is actually a fine move because it breaks Miracle Berries, and if it doesn't, then it puts the slacking on a timer. I think it's fine, you know. It threatens Lotties as well, because like, what are they gonna do about it? It's fine, you know. It's just that in Miracle Berry meta, I don't love just it's 85% accurate. I just don't love this move. Here is this cope set from the hardworking TSS days that I brought back, and I guess I made it relaxed. It's not supposed to be lax nature. Okay, we've discovered it. This is a spike setter, you know, it's fine, but I would love a spike setter that maybe didn't lose to slacking after it got spored, you know. Like, maybe a Skarmory that is passive, but who is running taunt slacking? So just if you have like Whirlwind, Sleep Talk, Spikes, and Recover, you're usually fine against slacking because that's a belly drum to kill you. And then you can bring a ghost out. And so this is the counterplay. So it makes a lot more sense than running this Groudon. You know you can get Spore, they belly drum on you. You have to use one of these fucking Metagrosses. I guess if you have two, they can't sweep you in one, but you're going to be stacking two of your mons for this. And then you're stalled. And stacking two mons on stall is not a play ever. It is on the fence, just not on stall, you know. You can never do that. You know all your pieces. So it just simply doesn't make any sense to me to have this setback. I guess it can Sacred Fire Scarm, and it can break Miracle Berries. And then, you know, it's slower than slacking, so it gets spored after it does that. But who cares? It's a fat, tanky role player. And it's no ability, you know, for like 1,000 IQ plays. Here's the first Metagross. I don't know if the other one is the exact same, but it might be. This runs cross chop, not superpower, even though superpower also needs like a spike to kill. So imagine cross chop, but it runs cross chop because it has a lot of attack, so it can kill. It still needs to run impish, you know, because otherwise superpower shenanigans. Well, no, it was cross chop shenanigans. Superpower kills those, but cross chop would not. So you run this, you cross chop the slacking, it lives, and that's why there's another one. But there's like sand and shit, so it's fine. And there's spikes from the Groudon, so it's fine. Just chip it. I guess that ever since if Shadow Ball could actually hit the super effective, I think that would be disastrous for it. But it can't, and still sucks. I honestly don't see why you'd use this Mon nowadays. I think you maybe want to use this as some like special wall. I mean, Sun Lotties just blow right past this. Maybe Spout Guard is not. Maybe I think it would live one from Kyogre and Boomet, and then you can live one from Slacking. You can force a superpower, which is great because it makes it kind of suck against other. So I think this guy has usage on offense. Just like I think you should just get out of the way when it's stall. I think most things should get out of the way when it's stall. Honestly. Okay, now I have this. Uh, I was having a pretty good day, and then I remembered that I was running Rapid Spin Latias. I'm already annoyed, honestly. I haven't even. I'm not even fighting it, and I'm annoyed. I'm not even using it, and I'm annoyed because I think Rapid Spin is dandy and all, but this Mon is already strapped for move slots. I guess you know that this is good against Gengar, but it's not because like they can just Shadow Ball you, which can do not a ton because it's a Gengar, so they don't have much attack, but stab it does quite a bit, and it's not in your protected defense because it's Soldier. And this Mon's not that good, just in general. Like this isn't unranked. I fucking hate this thing. Like I don't think there's any relevant calcs with the Latias. I'm sure that someone out there is going to prove me wrong and show that it actually gets 3 hit by a surf by this or that long. Or 4 hit by a surf and Lottie like dies to it, you know. The other one, Latios. I'm sure that there's some calc, you know. I don't care. I'm sure that it lives a Mega Horn from someone or the other. I don't care. Nobody uses Mega Horn in this fucking gen. That's for Gen 2. Dragon Claw as a solo attacking move is not good because it doesn't do anything to slacking. So this is just bait, and then you're gonna sack 2 of your mons again, and you're sacking this, which I don't think is a good idea. And why is this even on the team when there's a Blissey? Now that I think about it, I mean, if Blissey gets Doug Trio'd, then sure, run Latios. But why are you running both? It feels like stupid to me. Just, this already tanks the shit out of Kyogre. Like, well, the problem is that Tail Glow Kyogre can literally just boost past this. If it gets a crit, it's like 90% damage. This just dies if it gets crit. And if it doesn't, you can still just spike past this. It's so dumb. It's so, so stupid. But I think if you. If it only works if they like allow you to get a Tail Glow and like switch Blissey into a Surf, then they'll die. I think usually if you play like a normal person, you'll be fine. But sometimes you get Doug Trio'd and then you lose because hashtag offense is better. So it's like then you need Latias to still lose to Tail Glow because you know you can't do anything about them just going to get to +4 and then Ice Beam you. Like what are they gonna do? Or even +2, they're not Spore or anything. You can't stop them from that. So who does this beat? Surf Talk? An irrelevant set, you know, and there was a Blitz. And Blissey can't beat it because it's like toxic. But fucking whatever. You have Nightshade, it'll work. Yeah, I don't know why this is on the team. Why is anything on the team? It's stall. Why are we running stall? It just causes so many issues, seriously. You can't play against defense at all. Here's the last one. Is this even the same as this? No. So this, I guess this is some sort of anti-psychics thing. Maybe if someone runs Mewtwo or something, it's gonna work out for you. I just don't really understand how you're gonna use this as a Lottie Wall when they run Sacred Fire all the time. How you're gonna use this against Eruption Guard. Even Water Spout Guard probably does a shit ton to this and then spores you. I mean, you have a Lumberry, but still. I guess if you have a Lumberry, it could be fine. You have Sleep Talk, but and they run Imprison Shadow Ball like a bunch too. So every one of those, fighting one of those sets, you're just done. And then I guess this was before Imprison Shadow Ball, but now it doesn't work. But I guess back then it worked because they were just Encores. You recovered, you still have to switch out to fucking Blissey, I guess, to Nightshade them. So this team doesn't have really a great plan against Gengar. I guess you can go this with no Dark move. You can Sheer Cold them behind the sub. Yeah, it's just a mess. And the agility passover, you're no. There is a whirlwind. I lied. There's a whirlwind. So I guess it's fine to go if they pass over the slacking and they cross chop you and you live. Because this is back in cross chop days. Of course, nowadays it just doesn't work. Most stalls don't really work nowadays, though. Probably none of them. So I guess if you were fighting a Psy Strike Mewtwo, which isn't a thing that's existing yet, and your other Metagross can't damage it because it's cross chop, and they're like Tail Glow, Recover, Psychic, and what Boom, then yeah, you need this. Yeah, if there was like Psyshock, I guess I would understand, but I don't. I guess this is just because you want. I think this is only two because you want security against slacking. If you want security against slacking, I would run Gengar at this point and just not bother with these two. And then you can replace this guy with someone better. Like, I don't know, honestly. Maybe Skarm. Skarm is the same on, but it's like better. I don't know. And you don't get Dugtrioed or anything. Maybe you can run a Lugia. Lugia is pretty cool. When you're running a normal set, not that Dragon Dance bullshit. Overall, it's a bad team, It didn't even work back then. I don't even think I ever brought this to anything. So that should really tell you a lot. Today it's even worse. Like, all these teams are worse because they're all cross-shot. Just pretend they're superpower, I guess. Next we have DD Dawn, Icy Shuckle. I know exactly what team this is. And I named him Aw Shucks. Whatever, we'll get to them. This was still when I was running some Cope Aerodactyl with Haze and Jolly. We already know the story here. You have to run Impish so that Adamant Slacking doesn't kill you, and then you have to run Boom because it's better. Because Haze is so fucking passive. Like, they just live. It's stupid. I would just run Boom on this. So you can maybe do something outside of Slacking matchup. A fast Boom is always nice. But yeah, this set I don't like. Here we have, this set is the worst. This is the worst set. It's still impish to just not kill slacking, by the way. Like, you don't even have a superpower. You're just this set. What are you going to do? Sacred Fire it? And then it spores you? It's so dumb. It's the dumbest mon ever. I really hate this set. +1 Earthquake kills nothing. Like, I swear to God. +1 Earthquake, I don't even know if it two-shots slacking. It might. When I think about it, I think that it probably two-shots slacking, but it's gonna do like 55. It's so fucking garbage. It's so bad. And then, Skarmory's gonna wall you. That's why I need Sacred Fire for it. And then you're wasting a whole coverage slot on Skarmory. I would just lose to Skarmory. Like, all honesty, I would just lose to it. I don't really see why you need to lure Skarmory when it seems like you have a bunch of shit that's good against Skarmory. Like, Blissey. Maybe Blissey's Rapid Spin. Who knows? Let's find out. No. Oh, I actually like this one more than the Toxic one, because now Slacking can't sit up on you. I think this is the normal set. I honestly have no clue. This might be the normal set. I know that it's like Nightshade and stuff. I think this is the normal set. So yeah, this is normal, and I don't know why it's here. Like, could we not find a better Slack answer than this or something? I don't get it. Or not a Slack answer, a better Kyogre answer and a Lottie's answer. There has to be something better, like a third Slacking. Why not run a third Slacking? Or why not run a Lottie? A Lottie could totally beat a Kyogre, and then if your Lottie answer could be like the Shuckle or something. The Shuckle is not a Lottie answer, there's no way. But maybe you Mega Horn and crit it or something at +6. Or what you really do is you get another Slacking and you Choice Band or whatever, because that's the real Lottie answer. Okay, moving on. Ugh, we're back to Trick. Fuck this set. I wish we were at Cross Chop. I thought I was gonna get spared, but no. No, I'm not. I'm not spared. I have to deal with this bullshit again. I'm not looking at it anymore. Here is the yeah, it's the Cross Chop Spore one, and so the Gengar answer is Groudon, who can't hit it with the Earthquake. So if they have a Spalkar, it's kind of looking like you have to go Blissey, and that is exploitable. So can't say that this ever beats a Rain team with a brain. If they don't have a brain, I guess you can go Blissey and farm their Gengar. But if they do have a brain, I think you're done. Especially if they're in prison, then you're like done. You could trick the Gengar maybe, and that would actually be pretty good in lore. But you can also kill it, which is, I think, better. And if you really want to kill it, you would go Psycho Boost Slacking. You would obliterate it. But nobody wants to innovate anymore. So whatever. Here is Shuckle. And Shekel is supposed to beat slacking because you can survive the cross chop, I've discovered. And of course you can survive a normal move. And does this beat anyone else? I think it's like doesn't die to fire move like Skarm, doesn't like get hit by ground really either. So Doug Trio doesn't do anything to this at all, really. Because you're like fatty boom resist. This is rapid spin. Don't even ask me why. This is just an obvious loss to Gengar. Like, you're literally weak to water spout too. Like, why is this rapid spin? You couldn't do something with your time, like maybe a toxic even. Toxic, I think, would have been fine. I know I said earlier I didn't like Toxic, but I mean, you have a Groudon. I don't think you should be sucky against Steels. I think Toxic Whirlwind isn't too bad. You can farm Spike Chip. And Aerodactyl's a good as Spike setter. You can just spam Spikes on this. Maybe don't worry about if you die. Because they're not going to have a spinner if they do his counter teaming, and then you bring this up a new farm chip. Spin doesn't make any sense to me here. Like, do you not want this to get spiked? Sure, but why is this even here? Should it be a slacking? And then you have a band. This guy doesn't give a shit about spike. This guy cares, I guess. This guy does care. But he's also Dragon Dance, so not really. He doesn't care as much. So I think you should have been Toxic, if you're me. I'm telling this to myself. I should have ran Toxic. Yep, I said it. This team, I don't know what it's trying to do. It's like trying to be an offense and then also trying to have this like defensive core to tank everything, which doesn't work in this gen because you can't do that. Especially not with two slots, and one of them is Shuckle as well. It's ridiculous to me. Like, okay, you have a Spalkar counter, cool. That's a good thing about Blissey. You can Spalkar counter, but why is there a Shuckle here? It doesn't make any sense to me at all. I'm thinking that I just thought he was cool. Oh yeah, and he's fucking sand immune. We don't even have sand, you know. We don't have Sandstorm Groudon. We have so we have a Shuckle with no sand. I don't think his mon going to be very good without sand or with sand either. Yeah, I can't see this being good at all. Next we have Recover Slack, who is a good set, but we'll get to him. I have to pause for some reason. Okay, typical lead, who cares? This set is this is the shit, I'm serious. Oh wait, it's Adamant? I guess that's actually fine. Adamant is fine. I would just worry about other superpowers hitting you before you recover, but who cares? That's for plebs to think about. I would probably run Jolly though. But this set is awesome because this destroys Fast Band and Sand because they try to chip you and then you recover and then you sweep them. It's just easy. It loses the Ghost, so you probably have to use it later. So I'm imagining that there's an epic Spalkar lore or something, so that maybe I can. Well, I'm not imagining that because Spalkar wasn't a thing back then. Maybe there's an epic Encore Subpath lore, like fucking taunt on the Lugia or whatever, or maybe it's taunt slacking to really shake things up. But I'm hoping for a big lore, so that this can do something. Well, this is just a set. Yeah, nothing to say here. Here is, okay, I guess I'm running this again. I don't really like 3 attacks the most. Oh, I like this set, it's good. But I don't like it as much as Ice Beam Spore. Like, because Thunder is fine and all, but all it hits is other Kyogre. And you have a Groudon and a Lugia, and I don't think other Kyogre should be a huge issue for you with those mons. And you have a Recover Slacking. You can, like, trade with it and then recover later. So I don't love this. I do wish this was Adamant. I think I wish it was Jolly. My fucking god, I can't talk. Okay, I wish it was Jolly because being Adamant means that you can trade with the Kyogre. And if you were Jolly, maybe you could recover before another slacking. But if you're in another slacking against this, you have to switch out because they're gonna superpower you and then you're gonna die. It's ridiculous. I guess that'd be a free switch to Lugia. Couldn't do that. And then you would somehow find an opening to recover on this. I don't know how you're going to do it, because who are you even going to do it on? You can't do it on, like, Gengar. You can do it on Kyogre, but then they're going to surf you, and you're going to die. And then it's, like, same damage as you recovered. Can't do it on Slacking, so I don't think this set works with Adamant at all. So it's a disaster. It's just a disaster. So it doesn't work at all. We tried, though. Okay, this set's not too bad. I do think Boom is fine on this guy, because his goal is just to die anyways. So I don't love Dragon Dance, Earthquake, or Spore. I guess Spore is actually fine, but Explosion I think is good on Groudon. And probably should be standard. Do they even run this later? I think there's some teams that run this on. But it should be more of them. Because superpower is pretty garbage, especially with no sand. So, yeah. And it's just drought for Kyogre matchup. It doesn't do anything with drought. It doesn't have to. It just doesn't do anything with it. Don't love this set. Oh, I was talking about this earlier. I guess this does something with drought because it boosts the Sacred Fire. This is a good set. This is a good set. Unless you see a Tyranitar, then you run. But you can burn it, so it's not too bad. And I don't really think that they run like rest or anything, so it's like perfect. So this set doesn't you don't want slacking in because Sacred Fire, especially in the sun, it's gonna do quite a bit and risk the burn. Um, Psychic is just stab. I think this is just for Gengar really, and then you recover taunt as per usual. I think this is a good set though. You're not great into Kyogre. I would probably pair this with a Kyogre answer like a Lottie. And oh, because this isn't good against Lotties either. You can burn them, but they don't care. They're special attackers. Maybe not. So I guess I could run maybe not Psychic on this and some other move to hit the Kyogre and Lottie. Maybe like fucking I don't know Toxic, but Toxic sucks. So it's really weird. Maybe Air Blast. Air Blast probably wouldn't be too bad. So I guess I would do that. Air Blast Sacred Fire probably is good, but I was running Psychic maybe for more PP because it's a set that stays in for a while. The Sacred Fire is like 8, so it doesn't make any sense. Whatever. This set could be improved, but it's not. Okay, so we're gonna roll with it. So Lugia, it's not a Cope DD Mon anymore. It's just kill shit, and it like over time. It's good against defense because if they're boom, then they boom on you. That's fine, and they lose a piece. That's fine. It's honestly, if you're running this on a fence, it's a good trade. And this seems like a fence to me. I do wish there was a better Lottie answer, though. I think this team against Lotties is pretty garbage overall. Um, because your Lottie answer, like, Groudon just boosts them. Kyogre can Tail Glow Ice Beam with no Spore. This is, like, a lot harder to win. That's why I like Spore on this, because it's like a Lottie lore. Lugia, I think, is I don't know. I like it, but it's not good into Lotties. And then, recovered slacking is fine into Lotties, and so is slacking, because you can extreme speed and shit. So it's not like they're bad into it. But if they get a Sacred Fire up, it's really difficult to win, I think. If they can get a Tail Glow with Sacred Fire, and they have Groudon supporting them, it's tough. You have to, like, maybe sack this to get Ice Beam off or something. And then you have to, like, it's just weird. I don't love it. I don't love this being the Lottie stop. Especially with no Spore. I think it's bad into Lotties. Seems okay into everything else. I mean, well, it's bad into other slacking because your answer is shitty ass Groudon and like this. I guess it's Lugia. But post setup, it's like nothing. Post setup is just this, basically. Groudon does not count. Because even if you have plus defense, they can just spike past you. If they don't have spikes, because miraculously, because this is sub pass, they can spam spikes and do all they want. So if they have spikes up and it's slacking, I think this is really bad for you. So this team, I don't like it at all. If this was Jolly, it would be better. But it's like, I don't like this. It doesn't match up well to threats at all. So I can't say I'm a fan. Next is Tailglow Gar. I already hate it. Off name. Imprison. Oh, okay. That's a cook. I've gotta say, running this with leftovers is pretty brave, but it'll work if you get the speed tire. Maybe if it's like you're fighting a bold Ninjask or a different nature, which is I think a real set. But I'm not running bold Ninjask, sadly. That's for later. That's for tournament. Imprison is just to stop the Jasks from sub-passing from the enemy. Awesome. I can't say I'm a fan because I like taunt more. Because it's not so situational, because you can taunt and stop spikes, and that's kind of why I like taunt. But it's fine, It's fine. I do think Imprison is fine. I think this is a normal set for me. Well, it's not a normal set, but it's a good set. I would say it's a good set. You can get if they do have a Jask, you can really fuck them over on the lead. Provided they don't outspeed and spore you, but that's a risk, because sometimes this runs Miracle Berry, and then they'll or sometimes they'll have speed and sub, so I don't think they're going to actually turn one spore on you. But this set can exploit that with an Imprison, a fat Imprison. And if you want speed high, no worries. So I think this is awesome, unless there are spikes and taunt variant, then you're done. So it's just matchup dependent, but it's fun. Here's a Wobbuffet again. It lures Lottie and then dies to it. It lures Skarmory, I guess, for like ban slacking. It better be ban slacking for an entire Wobbuffet to be here, honestly. It'll lure Lugia. You know it'll get taunted, so I guess it won't. So this mon is bad. I don't like Wobbuffet. I've tried to use Wobbuffet many times because Shadow Attack is broken, but it doesn't beat anything. It just like no stats. Except for Bulk. Its Bulk is fine, but it has no resist at all, except for Psychic. And Psychic is a shitty resist, honestly. Who do you want me to? Not even because they like Tail Glow Thunder you. It's like, oh wait, no, because Haze. Damn, so maybe you do beat Mewtwo. Useful for a Tail Glow Gengar, maybe that guy wants to get rid of Mewtwo. But I just can't see. And where on earth is the sun for the Gengar to spam Sacred Fire? Maybe it's like Rain with Hydro Pump? That doesn't sound too bad, honestly. But maybe it's just no weather at all and it's random ass like Bolt Beam. I'm guessing it's gonna be Bolt Beam, just based off of my past building. Bitch, I knew it was Bolt Beam. I just knew it. And it's Encore. Yeah, Encore makes sense here. I knew it was Bolt Beam. Why is it Volt Tackle to kill itself? It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that Volt Tackle is a good move though, because it's like Volt Tackle Gen 3. It's like really fucking strong. Even though it has recoil, I think it's really powerful. I'm thinking maybe if you really want to, you could get like a Zapdos to Volt Tackle something and like do a bunch of damage if you want to. I don't want to. I don't want to look into that because it's scary. But I think if you get a Tail Glow Zapdos, it might not be the worst. And it has pressure. Maybe static. Does Flame Body exist yet? Let me see. Oh, these abilities do exist. Are they any good in Gen 3? Yeah, they're like even better actually, now that I think about it. Huh. Maybe you could use Flame Body or something if you can burn a Foolish Slacking. You'd have to probably Spore Spam though. But maybe it's worth it to run some, like, I don't know, some like bad cargo or whatever the fuck, because it can live in extreme speed and Flame Body. Might be not be the worst idea. I went very off track, talking about Volta. This doesn't really beat much. It's kind of like shitty Kyogre, but it's a ghost, so it's maybe not the worst. But I don't love it because I just know it's bad into slacking. If they like don't use extreme speed, they can just Shadow Ball you mainly, and then you're dead. I don't love it. I know that Volt Tackle doesn't kill, not even close. So I don't care. Typical set, let's get. Wait, so this isn't even banned. So what are we getting rid? Oh, I guess it's because it's cross chop era. That's it. And like everyone on this team beats the Scarm except for slacking. Why do you even need this Wobbuffet? An opposing Lottie matchup? I guess. I don't think you need a whole Wobbuffet. I just put another slacking here. This is it's Sun Lottie in the rain. Ugh, I think this might be my first Sun Lottie usage though. This set is great in the sun because Sacred Fire disables slacking at 0, and then at +2 it just dies. It's great. It means you can actually like trade with the feds, and like you can play kind of like Spellcar, but you can get extreme speed. It does the difference, but you can also burn. That's the difference, and you don't have to be at full health. You do need some health because you can get extreme speeded, but your bulk is like fine, and if they have no Lum, you can Spore them. So this late game is really solid when you have Groudon support. When you have Kyogre support, it's bad because Sacred Fire doesn't do anything anymore. Like, if Rain is up, what are you doing with this? Nothing. So it kind of sucks on the team. Wait, are you serious? It's fucking Surf Assist? Could you imagine it, like, assists and then it clicks Belly Drum and dies? That'd be pretty funny. But Surf Talk, I hate. Surf Talk with Lottie, is it worth it? It looks like we're just sacrificing Lottie matchups. So I guess I know why there's a Wobbuffet here. But this does not even reliably beat Lotties. Like, they can just muscle past you if they click a Tail Glow and switch. They can muscle past you, or they can crit you, and then you're in trouble. Because you can't even run leftovers, honestly. And if there's Spore, what are you going to do? I think it's so dumb. Like, it's not a good Lottie counter. If you want to counter Lotties this bad, I would probably just run a Ban Slacking. Or a Spore Slacking. Those are good counters to Lottie. Because it doesn't always want to run Sleep Talk. This Wobbuffet is a waste of time. And it's only one slacking here. There is a Gengar, but it's like this bullshit. It'll kill itself with a Volt Tackle. I don't think this team is very good into Kyogre match either. Because your Kyogre counter is like fucking this set, which loses to a bunch of shit like Spore from them. I like Sleep Talk on these now because, well, not on this one, but on like, actually, guess on this one. Sleep Talk on this because you can Tail Glow and then Dragon Claw, but it's weird because this doesn't even really beat Spore Kyogres that well with Tail Glow Ice Beam because you have like a, if you Sleep Talk over Spore, there's a 1 and 3 for you to hit Dragon Claw and a 2 and 3 for you to do fuck all. So this is probably better on maybe like some Tail Glow Thunder set that's designed to be Kyogre with Sleep Talk, or maybe like Recover, or something like that, or I don't know, fucking Spore. But yeah, I don't think this team is good into Kyogre, and it's not good into Lotties. Perhaps just replace this with a Blissey. Why the fuck not? Or with another Lottie, even though I think dual Lottie shit. It's gotta be better than Wobbuffet. And then it's Jask sub passes to the Surf Talk Kyogre. Yeah, whatever. I hate this team. I hope it dies. Next we have Dougie. Dougie is a mon that I love. Now, it's breaking for fucking Mewtwo, so I don't think it's gonna be good. This is the same Cope Aerodactyl next. This is standard. Should it even be Jolly? Honest to God, I run Adamant on these because I think it misses kills otherwise. I don't love no fighting move on this. Yeah, I think this is fine though. What this does is you just you trap their Kyogre or whatever, and you boom it, and it dies, and it's awesome. And this guy's awesome. And into slacking, I think you can kill a slacking sometimes with this with a boom, which is also awesome. This guy's good at getting your piece up. He's just bad into to Lotties and shit, and obviously into like Skarm and into Gengar. He's bad. Maybe I want to Jolly Shadow Ball him to like be good into Gengar. I don't see the point because you're a choice band and you don't want to click this move. And if they're Gengar, they can just switch out to like their slacking, which is what I would do if I saw this. Because they're not going to click boom on the fucking Gengar. Like they don't have the balls for that. So they're going to click Shadow Ball and then they're going to get fucked because they can Belly Drum now. So I don't love doing this Shadow Ball thing. That's why I usually run Adamant. And I run like Superpower last here to maybe not die if I'm against the slacking that's low. Because Earthquake's pretty shitty. Oh, I guess I'll move on to this. This is some bullshit. And it doesn't beat Tyranitar, but I don't think any Mewtwo beats Tyranitar unless they're like Rain Move. And then if you're Rain Move, I would probably just run Spellcar. I think this guy just has his uses on like a Rain team though, because it's really fast, it's pressure. You can run like Tail Glow Protect, which is something I was thinking of to fuck over the slacking. You can Tail Glow Hydro Pump, which I bet would fuck up some of the like offenses because it'll do a lot. Maybe it'll even disable slacking. I doubt. It'll probably do like 40. But still, I think it could be worth it to look at Tail Glow Hydro Pump with this. And then Protect Last or like maybe Ice Beam, but not sure because I think Lotties really decimate this thing. But I don't think Mewtwo's that bad. But this set, with Tail Glow Ice Beam Spore, I think it's doing a lot to lure the Lotties in. And then you're not a mon after that. And Ice Beam also hits like Groudon? I don't know who else Ice Beam honestly hits. I don't know if I would have ran this. But it's fine as a Lottie lure, I guess, because Dugtrio sucks against them. So I guess that's why I added this. If I really wanted a Lottie counter, I would run, like... I actually have no idea who a good Lottie counter is now that I think about it, besides Blissey. The Lottie counters usually, it's just slacking. Like, you just spam those. And then if you fight a Sacred Fire, it's like, I guess it'll kill yourself. It's weird. It's just weird. But Mewtwo I don't think is the way to go. Just kind of let this guy loose to Lotties. Maybe run Spore on him or something. This is... Oh, okay, I guess we're running Superpower now. So Superpower, Black Belt Metagross, is a tech to where you can kill slacking. You can disable it. But I don't even think it works every time. Actually, wait, it might. I think it does. Actually, now that I think about it, I think it does disable every time, but it still sucks because you're running Black Belt Metagross. And then you die to Superpower, and then it's like GG because you don't have post setup utility ever. Because if they superpower this, you can maybe switch over. You have this, but this should be boom. Haze is not good enough, especially if they recover. Recover just 6-0s this team. So I just don't love it. And in cross drop era, I think it's fine, you know? But now it's not really going to work. In superpower era, you have to like play. You have to make plays really for post setup utility, which I don't think is a good thing. Nobody cares next. This fucking shit again? Oh my god. Who even wants spikes off? This? Sure, but like, enough to run this fucking thing? No way. This guy, sure, but enough to run this? No way. Mewtwo doesn't care, Dugtrio doesn't care, Aerodactyl is a flying. So who are we spinning for? These just the slacking basically. It's dumb. I hate the set. It doesn't even beat Kyogre. So we're sucking into Kyogre, huh? Because this does not beat Kyogre. Especially not through that garbage Surf Tog. But if they're just Tail Glow, you still take a Fat Spore or a Surf if you try to like switch this in. Who is your switching if you have this in? You just trade it? You go this and like get Tail Glowed Ice Beamed? How do you beat... You have to Dugtrio. I guess you have to Dugtrio, and that's like fine, you know, because I don't like double Kyogre because it's overlappy. So I guess that's the counter, it's the Dugtrio. But, you know, as with every Boomon, what if you have to use this on something else, like a Slacking, or maybe like a Fast Band, or maybe a Groudon? There's a lot of things you might want to kill with this. So this being your only Kyogre check is bad. So I don't like this team. It's not very good. And fucks itself into special offense, like a lot of these teams do. But it's like into special offense nowadays losing is like really fucking stupid because it's not even the best anymore. It used to be the best back then, but now it's like shitty. Or it's not shitty, but it's not like broken anymore. So why are you losing to it? It's stupid. All these teams fucking lose to special offense. Next is BP. Okay. You gotta brace yourself. I know that there's a Kangler. We're gonna talk about him. So this is Baton Pass. A Baton Pass I don't like in this gen because you can easily get fucked over by crits being broken, by Sleep Talk Whirlwind. Taunt is a thing, you know? Taunt is the big thing. But now there are dumbass breakers everywhere, like Big Slacking, who can like extreme speed everyone to death. And slacking really changes shit because it's if there's a slacking lead, you're like in a shitty position because there's no way to tank that guy. I think that maybe a better Baton Pass would have a Gengar, but going straight to Gengar I don't love as a play because I sometimes if I fight a Ninjask, I'll just look Shadow Ball on the Ninjask because they go to Gengar they fucking die. It's awesome, but if they do that against this, you're done. I don't think anyone else is going to do it though because they don't know how to play really. But if it's like this, I'll set this back. If it's like this team, I think if they have a slacking lead, you're in super big trouble. I think this team was made when it was less popular, but yeah, I never brought this to anything. It's just horrible. Here is this guy. It's just a baton pass guy. He's jolly because he wants to get the taunt off, really, and he just hopes that you won't extreme speed him to death first, which you could. Here's a Kingler, and this is not even a booster. What this does, basically, is if they have a belly drummer and they fuck shit up, I didn't want to die to crits, so I got Shell Armor Kingler who can't die to crits, and so he can whirlwind people out. And that is what he does. That's it. Is that he doesn't get crit. And, you know, the stats are obviously really bad, but when you're in Baton Pass, it doesn't matter a lot because they'll all be boosted, but I think having low HP is a crime. Because you can't boost HP. So I think it's just a crime for this one to be on the team. And I maybe should have picked someone better, but I wanted to go Kingler because I was worried about crits. And I really should have not cared and ran like a Gengar because this is not going to work out. Fucking Kingler? Like, be serious. Okay, then I have this, Amnesia, which, sure. I think that this maybe could have been, like, not Amnesia because the physical attackers are going to come in on this and not the special ones. I don't understand Amnesia on this. I don't understand Full Pass in general anymore. It used to be really fucking broken, honestly, back in the day when you could, like, not see a slacking. So who's even going to extreme speed you? It was, like, the opposite attack. So it was, like, way, way broken back then. Because Lugia just pressured everyone. It was so stupid. But now I can't even do that. I can just look at open up at any belly drum. It's done. This set I like, though. I think this set is fine. But I don't know. I don't like this matchup into like everything else. And your boosting move is the Groudon Sigil. Do you even have Minimize? You don't even have Minimize, so why is this? I guess because like Belly Drum. I don't know. I think I couldn't take Belly Drum, and that's why I had the Kingler. But just no, just run a Gengar. I don't understand why this is here. Go run Gengar. Like if you play like a dummy, then sure you'll die, but just don't. I'd run Gengar here for sure. Instead of the fucking Kingler. And then it's this guy. This guy is the sweeper. And I don't even think he kills Blissey. So I don't know why I picked this mon. And it's also extreme speedable. Like if you get crit, you die. So I probably would have maybe not ran this, and I would have ran maybe an a Gengar with eruption would have been good. Or what's some other breaker that resists? Like that's kind of it, I guess. Maybe run a physical one, honestly. Maybe run a Slacking. Like, why not? Extreme Speed kills everything, and then you Shadow Ball. But no, because +6 Slacking is, like, checked all the time. So I guess that's why I ran this. But I don't know. I would have ran a Gengar here. Like another one. 2 Gengars. Why not? Yeah, it's not even good for BP. I don't understand what we're doing here. We're just trolling. Next is Deoxys Attack Offense. Finally, I get into this glorious mon. Here's just normal set. Nobody cares. Hidden Power Ghost is like Imprison Counterplay. I guess this is when Spalcar started to be a thing. This is Imprison Counterplay. And that's it. It's also Trick for some reason. Here's a normal set. Moving on. This bullshit again. Whatever. It better be Sacred Fire Latios. If it's like that Rapid Spin shit, I'm gonna cry. I think it is gonna be Sacred Fire because the Rapid Spin stuff was always Latios. So I think we'll be fine, but I don't like the set. It should be Boom. And like not Dragon Dance, yeah. Oh, ban Sacred Fire. I just wanted Skarmory to die, huh? I don't love this usually because I would love to run Explosion here instead, or maybe Rock Blast if I'm feeling like it's 2020 again. I do love this mon though. I love this mon. Fast ban is OP, and it really screws over post setups. This is a great post setup mon. It's a great pre setup mon. It's a great mon. And pressure can also fuck over their PP if you really want it to, but I don't think it's gonna matter. I think it only matters on like Lugia, honestly. Perhaps someone else can make use of it, of a pressure mon. But Giratina doesn't exist yet, so I just don't see how you'll do it. But yeah, you're just banned and kill everyone. It's like ban slacking, but you're faster and you're more powerful. Not on extreme speed, just in your other moves. It's cool. Oh, thank God we're this set. Okay, so it's just like Sun. It's just Sun Lottie's team. So we're starting to be a good team. I actually like this team quite a bit. I think this is the start of a good team. And I do wish that there was maybe not this Groudon set, and then this would be a boom instead of like, and then obviously we'd make the superpower, but I don't care. This is superpower. Why can't this be superpower? I think it was because of that thing I was saying where it can't sweep with superpower, which is a fucking waste of. It's such a stupid opinion, really. Because like you're at -5, and then you can't one shot their slacking, but okay, you can still do like 90 to it. Is this like a bad thing? Because I can't just sweep them from full. It's stupid. You're obviously in an advantage. And superpower is great pre-setup and kills steals in one hit. I don't see why you'd run cross chop at all. And this fucking move sucks. It's like 80 accuracy. Why would you run this shit? Seriously. Yeah, I would just replace this and make it a different set, and then this would be a good team. And then I would make this boom and this superpower. And then it would be a good team, and this would be superpower. I don't want to see this trick shit. And then this Ninjask would be spikes. Okay, maybe this team isn't great. But a couple changes and it would be good. Unlike some of these teams, which should be started over. Just make this like a spikes lead, maybe an arrow, and then yeah, this team is close to being good. We're getting there. Next is arrow balance. This composition, I'm already like feeling very homophobic against this team. Homophobic because I'm a gay and I made it. Here's this. Yeah, it's code bullshit again. This set again. Are we serious? Running the surf talk shit? I thought we grew out of this phase. What? Why is this back? I hate this fucking mon. This doesn't be anything. This mon just gets blanked like all the time. I really just don't like it. And I'm sure that it's like good in some matches. It's just such a fish though. You're fishing for no Lotties, you're fishing for no opposing Kyogre. You're fishing for no I mean, whatever, they're all fishing for no Blissey. But you get what I mean. And you're fishing also for um I know there's something else. I don't know what I'm thinking of. There's some other mon. But it's a fish. You know what I mean. Just if they have a water resist, you're done. And a lot of teams will have one. This is this set again. I guess you need this because you need to lure Lotties for the Kyogre. But then, why not just make this Tail Glow Ice Beam Spore and then nix this slot and get a Slacking? So I guess we're just choosing to have a weird offense matchup. Alright. This bullshit again. Oh my god. So is the Skarmory gonna be like counter? I was joking. I didn't think it was actually gonna be counter. Yeah, so this is the worst team. I hate this team. This is like 2020. Just putting all the 2020 sets in one team so that maybe they can all be eliminated as a group. And we can finally rid them from the world. This is a bad team. I don't have to say why. Ban Slack Stall. Another stall. This is when I started to break out of the idea of archetypes, which I think archetypes are bullshit. If you follow archetypes, if you make, oh, I'm the archetype guy, I run this archetype, you are doomed to never do anything in this game because that is just not a thing. Archetypes, I think, are not a thing. Archetypes exist mainly to help new players. If you're a good player and you're experienced, you know that an archetype is bullshit. And that's not, you don't build off of archetypes. Oh, a stall should have this much of that and that much of that. It just doesn't work like that. You run what's good. You run what works together. You run things that counter threats. You don't just run archetypes. It's so fucking stupid. But yeah, not the point. I was just saying because this is a ban Slacking, and that makes it way better than a lot of the other stalls, that followed good little boy archetype rules. So just saying. This is the set. I don't love this whirlwind shit. I wish this was 4 attacks or something better, maybe, or spikes. But it is what it is. Sleep Talk. That's a new one. I don't hate it actually though, because it means you can come right in on a Lottie or take a Spore. It sounds like fine. But if this is really a lead set, maybe this should be the lead. I don't really know why this isn't the lead, because this is kind of a better lead. And not an adamant, but whatever. I think this lead is a good lead. But it's not, in the back, I'm not a huge fan, because no superpower is a little bit cringe to me, because then you're not good against opposing Slacking. Wow, this team kind of sucks against Slacking then. Here's the set. Yeah, it's just standard. This fucking shit again. Why is it not Boom? Why is it not even Superpower? It's just this? So stupid, honestly. I hate this set. I knew it was the spin bullshit. I didn't want to say it. Yeah, I wish this was a good team, but we're just running this garbage again. And then, it's a Metagross. I wish it was Superpower. You know the drill. I went through this one fast because I just knew it was going to be bullshit. Because it's all these sets I've seen. And we count on Kyogre, so I'm just not going to worry about the Slacking matchup. I have a Tyranitar, and that's good enough, and that'll beat Slacking. So I run this Slacking set that doesn't beat other Slacking. I run this Groudon that doesn't beat Slacking. I run this Metagross that doesn't beat Slacking. So what the fuck are we doing? We just auto-lose to every offense? Whatever. Maybe this is worse than some of the other ones, but it's not because there's a ban Slacking. This guy helps, but not without Superpower, and I'm going to support is bad. It's just all focused on special offense matchup. So, Slacking just beats you up. Bad team. Here's the PHPL. Oh, the PHPL ones. These are the ones that changed the meta. Because these are the teams that introduced Spalkar and Rushengar, and that changed the meta for good. So now, from here on out, there's no excuse to have no counter to that mon. Here's the set. Okay, this was Lum Taunt introduction. This set is so good. This is huge denial of spikes and opposing Jask at the same time. And Lum makes Taunt a safe click. Though, I think it's just kind of preservation, honestly. You don't need to run Lum, but you can if you want to. And I wanted to, so I did. This is a great lead. I think this is better than the Spore shit, because it's more relevant to me. The thing is, though, Spore is so good. You could get rid of Sub for Spore. I think Protect you need. But you can get rid of Sub for Spore. And I would say it's valid because Spore and getting a sub pass up is like weird. If you're in Spore's haunt, you do have to play carefully. But Spore is so fucking good, dude. You have no idea. Spore's just that guy. Like, especially against Lotties, because they don't even run alum. And slacking, if at zero they don't E-speed kill you, so you can Spore it, it's like perfect. And give a top pass over to yours, it's so good. Anyway, okay, I started doing superpower because I was like, I realized that you can still sweep with it, so I ran it. On this and this, I have the same set. This is Adamant HP goes because I'm pretty sure that Jolly doesn't kill Gengar. It's like weird. So you want this to kill Gengar. I think it was maybe banned that carrot actually. I don't think this carrot. I think this is just Adamant to fuck over um some certain teams, but I don't know. Adamant is to fuck over some certain teams that like run bold, like Impish, Slacking, or Groudon. Which I think is a fine idea, when you have two jolly ones. Here is a set I don't like because it's I was trying to figure out Groudon's thing. His thing is so weird. It's like weird to find out what his sets are because his sets are all really fucking bad. I don't hate this one as much as the others. I just don't like Dragon Dance. I wish it was just Explosion or something over that. Then it would have been a good set, but and then maybe like a Psycho Boost or Overheat kind of situation over Shadow Ball. I think Shadow Ball is just mainly asking for Gengar to come and imprison you, but I think that it's fine to run like the set if you replace Dragon Dance. Spore is obviously good. Sleep Talk can also be good. Recovery can be good occasionally. Maybe not on this one. And then here is a Sunlottie, and it came up with Sunlotties. This is another thing. Sunlotties didn't exist before this. Like, they were getting there. I don't think they existed before this, but they might have. But they definitely existed after this. So this was a big deal. So this team is great. This team is very, very good. I wish they replaced Dragon Dance, but other than that, I think it's a great team, and it still holds up. Here is, okay, the Game 2 team. This one is the other one that changed the meta. Lead Slacking. This is the good set. This lead is incredible. This lead definitely changed the meta by getting introduced because the it kills Jask like in one hit every time, so they can't do anything, frankly. And then Superpower will kill Tyranitar, and this will make sure Gengar doesn't try you. And then this makes Extreme Speed a safe click. Like, they can Spore you, but then if they Spore you, you can still deny them. Like, cause Superpower is still going to kill them. So, it does, like, make things kind of scary. Usually they can't Spore you, though, because you Extreme Speed them and you die. Well, they die, and you live. But if they get Spored later, then it could be fine. And then this is Backjask. I wish that this got removed. I hate Backjask. But I was figuring stuff out, And I thought this would be a Lottie's counter because Kyogre was here. Though this might be the Lottie lore one. I know that one might have gotten introduced after PHPL. Typical sets. Yeah, this is the Lottie lore one. So why is this here? Yeah, this needs to be removed. And I don't know what I would make it. I would make it something else, though. Maybe another Slacking. I have no idea. Or maybe, I don't know. I have no idea what I would make this. But this, I think, is great. Because this is your Lottie lore. And I think maybe that means you could run double Kyogre. Double Kyogre is not my favorite. But I think that if there's a plan for it to work, I would probably run this lore. And then I would run Surf Talk. And I know that Surf Talk is garbage. It's mainly garbage because of... Wait, now that I think about it, you'd still lose to what's his name? You'd lose to other Kyogre. Why? How could I forget? It's right in front of me. You lose to other Kyogre, so that actually might suck. Now that I think about it, that's kind of sucky, but it is what it is. I guess you could run Dugtrio, but then you're spending like 2 slots for the Surf Talk to work. If Surf Talk works, it is pretty good though. Like it's hard to get rid of that guy. He might get boomed though, so then it's like all for nothing. But whatever, it's a good set. And then this is the set that changed the meta. That's the set that changed the meta. If you've played this game, you know what the set does. But if you don't, Water Spout will 2-shot a Slacking in the rain. It'll always disable if you're at full. And being at full is pretty easy because you're Spike immune and you have a Kyogre for weather. You do need the rain up for this to work. So this Mon suddenly got something to do. And, you can imprison Spore and they can't do shit to you. It's like so good. And Imprison Shadow Ball existed before this, but Water Spout changed a lot. And so this So Spellguard became like a staple on offense really, really quickly because of the set. So this team is great. Remove the Jask though, but it's a great team. This last team, it's I was gonna bring this. It's really bad though. All it does is it changes this adamant slacking. These are all the same. It changes the adamant slacking to a Doug trio, but I hate this change because you are now less secure against other slacking, and you're like this can't even touch Gengar. So you're like bad into Gengar really because of this now. Because this guy, like, if they're in prison, Gengar, you're super, super dead. Like, you don't really have any good switching at all. So I don't like this team. It just loses to Gengar too hard. But I knew that I was fighting Bronze, and I knew he was not going to bring Spellcar, so I just like loaded this. It didn't. I didn't have to load this because I won the first two. But if I did have to load this, it might have gotten sticky. If he was in prison Gengar, if he was Encore, it likely would have been fine. You can ban Trick at least. I don't know. Ban Trick is actually not the worst on Doug Trio because you lure Garin, and that guy hates Ban Trick. I think other than this is like maybe the only time Ban Trick is acceptable, but I would still usually run an attack here. Trick is only an attack. Yeah, this team is okay, I guess. I wish this Doug Trio was, the slacking again, because it was fine when it was slacking. Maybe, I don't know. Slacking was like the best fit for sure. Okay, now we get to the post PHPL teams. Dougulous Balance is a team I tried to do. Okay, I was trying to make Balance. This is one of the best teams I've ever made, by the way. I was trying to make Balance because I didn't like how offense existed everywhere. So I was trying to make something that could maybe tank some hits. And it was like there was two ideas for Balance. There's one with Doug Trio where you boom the Kyogre, and that would make shit easier because it's like impossible to wall them on. And there's one where you don't. And I did never make that Doug Trio one, I think. Maybe I made it later, but I know I made this. This is one of the best teams ever in Gen 3, and it's a sample, because of course it is. This is the good set. Finally, we're running the good set. I realize that this is way better than that. Wait, why is it Spikes and Haze? It's Explosion and Haze. This doesn't make any sense to me. God damn it. Replace this Haze with Spore. We're there. We're so close. This is Ban. I'm running 4 attacks finally. And then this is like super anti-Ghost for some reason when there's like a Tyranitar here. But whatever. This is a good Tyranitar. We'll talk about him in a second. This is very anti-Ghost because Gengar was like a real issue for a lot of teams right now. Because Spalcar is really difficult to answer if you want to beat other stuff. Like, you can counter team it and run, like, I don't know, Umbreon, or Blissey, but then you're going to suck into a lot of stuff other than that. So it's tough. Kyogre itself was a good counter to Gengar, because you could just surf it, and, like, they're not going to imprison surf you. So it's actually pretty good. That was a reason to run Surf Talk. Surf Talk, I think, actually does have merit again. It's just that back then it was used really badly. I think you need, like, a specific team, but it might be able to work again. Anyway, this is a Tyranitar. I do like this Tyranitar a lot more than the previous ones. Shadow Ball, for the Gengar and the Lotties. Boom is the difference maker, and Protect. That makes you good against Slacking, because Slacking can no longer farm you for like a superpower anymore. He now has to worry about getting chipped to death. Baton Pass, I think, is mainly to, like, because I didn't really want the Slacking to come in on a Shadow Ball and then kill me, so I had this as like a mediator to like scout them out. This could be replaced though, because like you could also just play better. Baton Pass is basically like a switch. So I would say I would replace this and maybe add Extreme Speed or something, or like, I don't know, Crunch for Gengar, and then it would just play better. But Baton Pass is fine here, I guess. This is a great set. This is, again, more of the anti-Ghost squad. I think this is a great set, because Protect makes sure they can farm Sandship on Slacking and stuff, and they can't take advantage of it unless they recover. Explosion is here instead of Superpower, so you're safe against Slacking. HP Ghost, because, Spalcar. In the rain, not in the rain. In this, but Spalcar hates this shit, really. If you can set up Sand and then you can boom their Kyogre, it's, like, amazing. Though usually you can't, because you're not switching Kyogre in on... You're not switching this in on a Kyogre, so it's kind of hard to do that, but it's fine. Okay, and last set is this, is Modest Dragon Claw Latios. It's Mono Lati, and this set is only really good on Sand, because with Sand you can 2-hit a Slacking, you can disable it with a Tail Glow, and that's why I'm Modest. But you can recover and Sleep Talk, so your chances against Ice Beam Kyogre are way higher. In general, Dragon Claw resist are like not existent at all. Because the steals, like, besides Metagross, who is rare nowadays because he doesn't really be slacking anymore, he's good against slacking, but he doesn't, like, counter slacking, so it's rarer to see him. Besides him, there's, like, no Dragon Claw resist at all. So you can just spam this move, and it'll work. Because you have, like, all the pieces to just keep spamming this move. So this is actually a really good set. Jolly Slacking can outspeed you, but they won't know that, so don't worry about it. Just Dragon Claw. So it'll work out fine. This team, I think nowadays could have some changes, like make this Spore and then make this like a different move. And maybe I would put Spore on the Slacking. I think I just didn't care because I didn't have enough Spore on this team. But I would make Aerodactyl and I would make this Belly Drum Slacking to a Spore one for sure. And yeah, besides that, I think this is a great team. I think it still holds up really well. That's why it's a sample. Here is 6 Slacks attempt. Oh, this is when I was getting experimental because I was like, I've already made a lot of good teams, I was like, let's do something new. Ban Slack lead, because, it's a good lead. I already talked about it. This is another banned one. I need a lot of Ghost counterplay, really, because Gengar's going to rock my shit. I had normal one. Here I decided to run Adamant with Shadow Ball. Adamant's like, kills their Impish and shit. Also, I really have to run... I ran this again. This is the Impish one. The Impish one lives the E-Speed from slacking and can like kill it back with a superpower. So that's why you run this. And this team in general is like bad into Kyogre and shit, and like Spalgar and Secret Fire a lot. This is why I don't like this team. So I ran this in last. Also because your post setup is like speed high only, which I don't love. But it's good enough, It's not like the worst, so... I ran this because I want to Mirror Coat their Kyogre, Mirror Coat their shit, like their Gengar. And then HP goes for the Gengar, and then Explosion because it's a good move. So this is like the weirdo set. The rest of them are just Belly Drum. It's just a troll, honestly. This is not a serious team. I never brought it. Here's Double Kyogre Bamboozle. I brought this in tournament many times, and it lost every single tournament. Like, it would never win a tournament. So, yeah. This lead is really bad. I think that this lead can counter, you have to play right, but can counter the Slackings and, like, Ninjask. Tyranitar might just boom on it, though, but actually, I do like this lead, it's just the rest of the team is bad. But this can trade with the opposing lead. I would usually not run this because I don't love trades with the opposing leads, I would want to kill them, and if they play right with their Jask, if they're, like, taunt, you're done, because Coat doesn't, like, do anything about that. So this lead's like whatever to me. I think it's like a fine lead, but you have to be careful with Taunt Jask, because you have to have something for that in the back. So I have 2 of these guys. Really anti-Ghost. I don't know why, because there's 2 Kyogres. I think Kyogre is one of the best Gengar checks in the game. So I think this is useless. I would have ran Spore on these guys for sure. But, and also this Adamant makes not much sense to me at all, considering this backline. Here is a Tail Glow Surf one. This is a Kyogre Lord. This is pretty good. And the other one is what? Oh, it's a Modest Agility? Okay, cool. I think this almost swept one time, but then I misclicked or something against a Rayquaza and I fucking lost. It's so... Why is this here? I don't understand this one. Agility is crazy though, but you have tanks to this. Like, it's not like Latios. You can just tank this. So... What? Why is this here? I would just run Latios, honestly, over this. I thought it was going to be like Ice Beam and Surf Talk. I would have gotten down for that if there was maybe a Duck Trio or something. I think this is fine. I think now you're weak to Lotties. Because this lead doesn't beat Lotties. This doesn't beat Lotties at all. Because they just like Tail Glow you. But maybe you can catch them on a Spore or something, but... I don't know. I don't think it meaningfully damages them. If they click for a Tail Glow, like... You can go to Slacking, but they'll switch out, You can Belly Drum. You only get one, though. So, don't know about this. And then it's Spalgar. I don't love this. This composition doesn't really work with me at all here. So I can't say I'm a huge fan of this team, honestly. I think that what has to happen, there needs to be less anti-ghosty. This Kyogre needs to not be here as well. This lead should be different. Things need to change. It's like... There's a reason I didn't really win tournaments with this thing. It's not that great. I just realized that my mic was like muddy as shit, so I decided to fix it. Well, it's fixed now. Okay, now I'm gonna do Scarm Offense. This is the next one. And there's a fucking Mewtwo lead. I just got bamboozled. I remember this team. This is a sample. I remember this lead, and this lead is because of the fact that it can tie Arrow and not die to Rock Blast. And that's it. And you can Rock Blast them back. I remember this lead is actually good. I thought it was crazy for a second because I thought it was like that tail glow shit. I just remember the set. This is a good set. I do like this one. Taunt and Spore is good. Boom is good. It's a good set. And no spikes though. Whatever. Maybe would have added spikes over Rock Blast. Standard set. It's Impish. Huh. And about this one? This one's jolly. Impish slacking on a sample, huh? I forgot it was Impish like that. I really, really wish that more teams use Impish because I think it's underrated. But also, Jolly's kind of the best one. Though that makes Impish good as well. It's just like Spikes kind of makes Impish and Adamant irrelevant at times. But with a Taunt Mewtwo lead, sometimes you can get away with having no Spikes at all. So Impish makes sense here. Here is the anti-Kyogre. The Lottie lore doesn't exist on this team, and I'm guessing it's because some Lotties can get blocked by Kyogre, and then we can kill one of these. And maybe you can boom it as well. This with Boom and Spore like makes Lottie matchup easier, so I kind of get it. This is fast man. Yeah, it's just like Boom and HP growth. This is the best one for me, probably. And this is the good Scarm. No, Scarm nowadays, he doesn't really beat the explosion. He beats like the banded slacks. They can boom on him and he'll die, but then they'll die. It's a good trade. So Scarm here just beats banded shit, like all of the banded mods. It beats Groudon as well, except if they're overheat. But if they're overheat, then you got outplayed, so it's fine. And it's a good spike setter, and I guess that's why this is no spikes on the front. This is actually a great team, and I don't know what I'd change on it. I think this team is just fine as it is. I think I would maybe change Rock Blast, and then would like make Scarm something else. But this guy can wall dance, which is good. So I don't know what I would change him to. I don't know. I think this team is good actually as it is. I do like this team a lot. Next is the Breloom Nation. One time I ran this and I lost to the Shedinja. I'm not kidding. Because it was like my only team without any sand or spikes or whirlwind or anything. It's like a basic team. So here's lead. Nobody cares. Now this is what the people care about. Big Band Breloom. Here's a few things. Effect Spore is one of them. Because it can like, if slacking extreme sees it, but it's like whatever. That's not the point. The point is that you can't. Also, surf resist. This is something I care about. The point is that superpower kills slacking. It OHKOs with ban, and that's what I care about here. And that is why it's just superpower sleep talk. Metronome assist is in case Gengar tries something, then you can blow it up. So this set is actually not like obviously it's not as scary as you think because it's like everything walls resist fighting. But a fighting resist besides Gengar is tough to come across, and if it gets Shadow Balled by this on like an assist or something or metronome, you're a little bit screwed because this mon is really strong. And Sleep Talk means that it doesn't really care about Spore at all. And even if you revenge it with the Kyogre, if you revenge it with a Kyogre, you're fine because Ice Beam. If you revenge it with a Slacking, I need to talk slower with the Slacking. You may get effect Spored, but it is a 10%, which sucks. But you might get effect Spored, and then you're done. There is some Spore on the team. This is just basic. Why is this adamant? I guess because I'm not Spike Lead. I don't like teams with no spikes anymore, honestly. They're kind of outdated. I think spikes should be on every team, otherwise your slacking matchup's kind of bad. Though I don't think this team's well, there's a Breloom here, but that's kind of not enough. I would make this Jolly for sure. There's a Gengar as well. And this is 3 attacks. 3 attacks is good here because you have an adamant slacking, so you really need some of this Kyogre coverage. So Thunder is good here. I do like 3 attacks a lot. It's not like a Latios lure, but it can still win. I mean, and it's not like you need a lure for this one when Kyogre is the main thing Lottie beats. But you sometimes do want to kill it because Sacred Fire in the sun is scary, as we all know. And then a Spellcar, nothing to see here. Minus defense, I realize is better than minus attack because it's like, well, if they hit you with an attack, then you're gonna die anyways. So who cares? Good. It's like okay, you know. I wish there were spikes. Spike needs to be added. I would have made this Jask a different lead, then it would be fine. And I would have made it Jolly. I maybe would have made it a Aerodactyl lead. I think that would have helped with a bunch of stuff. Aerodactyl would be way better than Ninjask here. But it's like, yeah, with just that, I think it would be good. I do like Breloom a lot. He's a cool guy. Next, I have Tauros Legend. It has multiple crazy mons here. One of them is Lead Starmie. Lead Starmie is a mon that I ran because it is the only one who can outspeed a bold Aerodactyl and water spout and kill it off the lead. It's the only one who can do it. And it can also Thunder for Kyogre. And it can Boom on a Lottie because it's faster. I think it's a really funny lead. It's like not even bad. I think it's like a D rank right now. I think it's worth it. It even has Natural Cure. So it can like deal with Spore. So it's actually surprisingly not that bad at all. Another mon surprisingly not that bad is Tauros. Tauros is just it's a fast ban because it's faster than Slacking and this counts as fast. So it's an Intimidate, and then besides that it's a Slacking, but it's like faster but not as powerful. So I guess it's a Swellow. Being able to tie Gar is like really good because you can Shadow Ball and actually fucking kill it before Imprison, which is really good. Intimidate is obviously great, and I'm guessing that's why there's a Groudon on this team to take advantage of the Intimidate. And Intimidate, if you don't know, this is just the cut down on the Slacking speed because at +5 it starts to not kill stuff. Slacking here is Jolly, definitely as it should because there's a Tauros. This is a why is it Dragon Dance? If this Dragon Dance was another move, like Spore maybe, even Rest, I would have like taken, but Dragon Dance? Come on now. That's just some bullshit. Even Psycho Boost I would have taken, or Overheat over this Dragon Dance shit, or Protect, or Extreme Speed. There's just a lot of moves. Well, not Extreme Speed, but there's a lot of good moves you can run that aren't Dragon Dance. I don't like Dragon Dance. Like you Dragon Dance, and then there's Slacking just doesn't care. You don't even have the time to Dragon Dance against me. I guess you can Dragon Dance Explosion. With Explosion, this is a lot more justifiable. I'm still just not a huge fan though. This is the standard one, I guess. I guess this is like Sun Lottie kind of stuff. It's a Sun Lottie thing, and I'm talking too fast again. So that's it. And then Sleep Talk, because you know Kyogre. But I don't even like this with Sleep Talk. I would honestly just run Spore, and I would just deal if I gets left. And this is a weird set. I don't know why I'm running this, but this is a set, and I think this is supposed to be other Kyogres, like the Surf Ice Beam ones. Why I chose Toxic is beyond me. I think I should have just ran a Latios here again, maybe with Thunder, or just made this one Sacred Fire Thunder. I think that would have worked out fine. I really don't understand the need to. And if I wanted to beat Kyogres, why don't I just run Doug Trio? I hate this set. I don't think it's really bad, honestly. Because even Surf Talk, like, can't get. But imagine you click Sleep Talk and it goes to Toxic on their Miracle Berry Slacking and you lose. It's not a good set at all. I mean, you probably won't because there's a Tauros, but still. Just replace this Kyogre, and I like this team. It's pretty fun. Maybe look with a Slacking, or maybe the Lottie, a double Lottie kind of thing. I don't like double Lottie, but if you're gonna run Sun, I don't think it's the worst idea ever. So I think that it's pretty good. I don't know. There could be improvements. I think for the most part it's fine though. Better than the Blue one at least. Here's Amistar. And I know that the Lottie set is weird. I remember. Okay, this is spikes instead of sub, which I love because it means that you can actually do something on your lead sometimes aside past +1 speed. This is banned. We've seen it. We've seen this as well. Both Jolly, so we're gonna have some strong anti-slack as well as the Amistar. This one makes sense because you know these guys don't really want to deal with the Lottie. I mean, there's a Spore. I guess this actually could have been Thunder, given I know the Lottie set is like weird and weird into Kyogre. I think this maybe should have been Thunder now that I think about it. I don't know about Ice Beam here. Or 3 attacks. I think Surf Thunder is actually fine. Like you can Spore the Lottie and then you can go over to something else. I don't think it's too bad. I think it's totally fine around that. It's a good set. Here is the weird set, and the reason I'm running this is because it's just Sun Lottie but in Marine. I don't like this because it just overlaps with this. The difference with this set is that you can beat Kyogres, and then you can also, and this is a stretch because the Surf Ice Beam ones will just beat you, like the Ice Beam Spore ones, and then you can also disable Slacking. I don't like it though, because it's just double Kyogre. It overlaps way, 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 way too much. I would just run a second Kyogre if I was going to do this, which I probably should have. I don't think dual Kyogre is too bad. I just haven't found a good way to run it. And then there's Amistar. This guy's fun. You do need Mystic Water, I think, to one-shot Slacking and then also to disable it. And then besides that, you're kind of good to go. If you get a Tail Gloss, it can actually be really scary as long as they don't have a Lottie. If they have one, it's forfeit. Maybe this is like the team where you bring in an Explosion Kyogre. That would be fucking awesome. You explode. Imagine you boom on their Lottie and then you can sweep with this. That should have been the set. It should have been Explosion Kyogre instead of this Latios. That would have been cool. Yeah, I do like this guy though, but it should have been double Kyogre, honestly. If there's any time to run double Kyogre, it would be this. With like Explosion on this, or like Surf Thunder on this and Ice Beam Spore on this, like would have been perfect. It's just close. It's close to being good. It's just not all the way there. The Lottie just needs to be different. Here is another foolish attempt at. Okay, this is the stall I made that I think is the best one I made for stall. It's still weird, but it works in for the meta for the most part. So this Tyranitar is a 3 attacks because, or it's a 4 attacks. Why did I say 3? It's 4 attacks because the thing is these defensive Tyrannosaurs are stupid. So I ran this 4 attacks one to try and get a lot of mileage out of the fact that you have a lot of attack. You have extreme speed for their slacking, same with superpower. Then you Shadow Ball and Rock Blast for their Gars. Rock Blast I think on lead is still great because you can threaten out Jask very easily. And you can extreme speed it as well, which is helpful. I think this is just a way better set than like that rest talk shit with like stabs. I hated that shit. This is way better. Here's the Dougie. You need this because if you don't run this, then there's gonna be like a runaway Kyogre or Slacking who's gonna sweep you. So I ran this. It's adamant this time. This is usually what I run with this because I just accept that this isn't a Gengar counter and I don't care. So I run this and it should kill like everything. So everything that it can trap, it can probably kill. And except for a Scarm, but you can't trap that. So I guess yeah, what I said still applies. This guy kills everyone, and mainly Kyogre and Slacken because those are your problems. Here is Blissey. I ran a new set. Nightshade Whirlwind is fine and all, but it's not enough to stop Kyogre, especially if their last mon they collect Tail Glow. It's like you're super, super dead. So I decided that this is going to be Baton Pass because a Kyogre clicks the Tail Glow and then a Baton Pass to this and then explode it. It's just exactly that. Or a Slacking comes in, I Baton Pass over a Skarm or Lugia or something. Perfect. It's perfect. This is just standard. You know, it stops bans. That's why I added it. It's pretty good. This is a weird set. I think as a spinner, this is actually fine because you can tie, and it's also Spiker as well. Because it's like, I want a double Spiker. I really wanted 3 spikes, or it wasn't going to work. So I ran this. I need a spinner, so I put it on this because it's not like it has much to do. And I don't think other Gengars really want to come in on this because, like, why would they want to do that? This could be always be like a spout or something. Not on sand, but it could be something stupid. They don't want to come in on it. Sacred Fire is just because this was the only move I could find that would do anything to Slacking. Because they don't really want to get burned. And also, it is good against. It's just good against everything because it can burn. Encore is Encore. This maybe should be leftovers, but I didn't really want to get spored. Lum is fine here. And then this is a set that is like it's just Psychic Toxic instead of Sacred Fire. This one loses to Steals, but Steals are like not really very common. It loses to Blissey, kind of. You can usually just taunt them. But I think you can just taunt Blissey and win. So this is like a good set and should stop a lot of stuff. It's better against Kyogre and Lotties. So this is a good set I do like a lot. I think the first stall, this is great because you can answer most things pretty reliably with the core, but you have to play well, and you can also lose to random Slacking lures, like if they're Lum, Explosion, or if they're like Rock Blast, you'll lose to those guys because they'll lure your Gengar or Lugia or something and kill it. Or if they're like Overheat on a band or something, or Sacred Fire, you'll die. Or if they're like Psycho Boost on some random shit, you'll die on your Gengar. So I don't love this team because of that, but that's not because it's a bad team. It's because stall is bad. I think for a stall, this is about as good as it's gonna get, honestly. So I probably wouldn't change anything. Perhaps the Gengar set, but I feel like a spinner is needed, so maybe the transfer set, but I think it's like fine. And the last team I have is called Abandoned Wobs. I actually did make 2 more. Now that I think about it, we'll do those two. Okay, Band and Wobs is a team I wanted to make because I had an idea. With Wobbuffet, I fucking again. Of course, it didn't work. This is the usual lead. So I did a Wobbuffet, as usual. And then I think my idea for this was to trap the Lotties for this Kyogre again and for like Stalkar, which is fine, you know. But I don't like it. It's also not Haze, it's Encore this time. I guess that's new. I still don't like it. Here's an Impish one. Impish on this team I think is not my favorite. I think it should be Jolly. Because when I think about it, you're like, there's a Gengar, duh. And then there's also like this lead that doesn't set any spikes. I doubt there's spikes on this team. So you're not gonna have breaking power. I guess this is why. Because if you don't have spikes up, you probably want some reversal like this. I guess this is fine. And not enough spore. It's just this. Here is baton pass what? Who are we baton passing to? To Gengar? Are we baton passing Tail Glow over to Gengar so it can water spout? What the hell? I didn't expect this. I guess maybe this is why it's now it's Hidden Power Ghost in Prison, which is insane. I don't love Hidden Power Ghost in Prison though. I think Shadow Ball is usually better because Hidden Power Ghost is like a tech. Usually, if you're running this, you have a Shadow Ball as well. So I don't love that, but it's fine. It's not like the worst thing. It's like it's just a tech. This baffles me. I guess this is why I want the Lotties out. But with Wobbuffet, couldn't there be something better? I don't like this team. No, I don't see why this is Baton Pass. This should just be Ice Beam and then replace Wobbuffet with a Slacking, and then it's a sample, but whatever. It's a good sample. So, yeah, so I'm not loving this variation. And then there's two more I made over here. Where are they? Here. This one is called Good Sun. This is the Sun team I made because I saw this double Lottie team that P-Toast wanted to make a sample, and I was like, no, ma'am, we can't make that happen. We have to do something better. And so I'm like, I don't like this Sun because it was running some bullshit. So I made one. I ran this lead. This is a new lead, apparently, with Spike's taunt. This lead I think is great and will always make progress unless you fuck up. But you won't fuck up, so it's fine. You'll outplay. I think this is a great lead. And it's guaranteed to do something. You can just click a spike if you don't know what to do. Now I have this set, which is basic. This is HP Coast because I don't want to lose to the Falcar, you know, duh. This is the Groudon I'm running. This is Overheat. So I have ran it, and I'm not just saying shit. It's Moonlight because it's actually potential for Groudon to get back in the game after some shit happens to him. If you get in on some kind of Slowmon like a Scar, or if you get on something that's like, I don't know, Spored, you can Moonlight. And it'll heal 2/3 because it's in the sun. If they bring a Kyogre and boom. So I would outplay it. So no worries. Here's a Sun Lottie, it's Sleep Talk. I would change it to Spore. I don't love Sleep Talk on these really. But I didn't really think about that back then, and I'm just like, well, I need to beat Kyogre through Spore, so I left with Sleep Talk. I just don't like it though. And here's a weird Ho. This is the Ho I theorized like a long time ago, and so I decided to put it on. And this Ho beats a lot of the threats. Like, it can just tank Kyogre. It can tank Lotties and Slacking. Well, can it tank Kyogre? I have no idea. Maybe a 0-1. I don't know. But it's really fat and pressure. So it's good at tanking shit. And then Dragon Dance here actually works because Air Blast is very strong, has like no good resist. The ones that are good resist die to Sun Sacred Fire. I believe that with mild, a Sacred Fire will disable Slacking at 0. So Dragon Dance is very, very good here. And then, of course, Boom. And gets rid of, like, Kyogre and shit, if you needed to. So I think this mon is actually really good, especially because rocks don't exist yet. And it's like immune to Spike. So opposing Aerodactyl, spamming Spike on you is, like, not really a problem if you have a Ho-Oh. Of course, it's a problem to this, but whatever, Moonlight, it's fine. I love this team. I think it's really innovative and cool. I would just change Spore. I would change this to Spore or something. Or maybe it's Explosion. Maybe that would be cool, but whatever. Or Thunder. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, it's a good team. It's called Good Sun for a reason. Finally, there was Garabane. This is the last team. Garabane is something I made recently. I actually won the most recent Gen 3 tournament with this team. So it was like 4 people in it, but still. This team is awesome. There's this lead. It's like the first time I've ever ran this correctly. Thank God. Here is, yep, I just copied it, and this is HP Ghost. This is always good to run. Just run this stuff. Like Shadow Wall or HP Ghost is fine. And then I was like, I had this, so I wanted to do something stupid, so I ran Gyarados. And in this set is not defendable, but Air Blast is very, very powerful. Basically, this is an Intimidate user, and I have like 3 slacking, so like Intimidate is really useful. It is. And I was like, Kyogre beats me. It does. The Ice Beam ones are like scary because they're everywhere. So I ran this. And this, if they're Thunder, GG, but if they're not, you can Rock Tomb explode them, which is a lot of fun. Rock Tomb also stops, um, what's it called? I don't know. It stops something, maybe Aerodactyl or something. I don't know, but Aero will probably just Rock Blast you and you'll die. This is the Spike Setter because it can force shit out pretty easy. Rock Tomb, I think its main purpose is just to slow slacking down so it can boom on them. And I gotta give it up, it's pretty good. And if they click Spore and you can Rock Tomb. The game I use this in is also a great Gengar counter. That's another thing you want Rock Tomb for, because Rock Tomb Air Blast will kill the Gengar. And they might just let you, honestly. Or they might not, but even if they don't, Rock Tomb Chip is still great. Because if they're like Miracle. Oh, wait, no, Miracle is Gen 2. If they're Lumberry. If they're Lumberry, then their Gengar is gonna like really be fucked. But if they're leftovers, not as fucked, but still decently, because there's so many slackings they want to get rid of. And then there's the Banette and this band. Banette, I think, is underrated because this set can't do anything to it. It's just the problem is that Shadow Ball owns it because you can't Encore. But I really, really love this set because you have a good backbone for this set. Like maybe Lottie's will terrorize you, but I kind of doubt. I think this tanks one because the special defense is pretty good. It's better than Slack. I don't know if that's true, but anyways, you can tank one. Sacred Fire like doesn't care. It'll do. So you have this to stop opposing offense. Like you can get a superpower in, and then the thing is you don't want to switch this in immediately on them. You want to make them waste the belly drum and then reveal the Venet. Because that is like perfect. And then you can have Gyarados and they waste like another one. It's perfect. So you can really have a leg up in Defense Mirror. And then your Boom Boom is obviously broken. And then it's just like usual band stuff. This team I think is great. I think your matchup into Lotties is into Sun Lotties is kind of I really hope they don't burn me, but like whatever. You can go Arrow if you care. And there's a ton of Spore, which should help. So I think overall, and you also Banette. I think Banette lives one, but might not. Maybe not at +2. I know it's 0 at a low for sure, but then you might get burned. So yeah, I don't love it into Lotties. Other than that, I think it's good. But yeah, I'm not sure what I would do about Lotties. Maybe replace one of the slackings. Maybe with like I don't know, because you want to beat Lotties. You also want to beat Thunder Kyogre. Would he really use fucking Blissey? Probably not. I would probably use a Lottie, and I would use like some Lottie set that beats other Lotties. Maybe like Spore. I would probably use Spore. Yeah, Spore Lottie. I would replace the Slacking with Spore Lottie, and then it would be good. And it would be like Spore, Dragon Claw, but you can't use Sacred Fire. So maybe I would just run. Damn, I don't know, but it would probably be a Lottie. It's fun to think about though. I don't know. Maybe I have to add weather or something, or just maybe I'll just say fuck it and run Psycho Boost. Honestly, I'm sure Psycho Boost can do something, but yeah, it's a good team, and that's it. And that was the Gen 3 team review, and I don't really know if I'm gonna make that many more teams. Like, look how many I have. And then there's also the pre-slacking ones, but honestly, fuck those teams. They're not even like close to what's relevant anymore. I can't comment on them at all if they're good. So I decided I don't care about them. So I guess that's it. Thanks for watching.